and shit that they actually make. That's the good stuff.
Yeah,
Most people tend to.
Yeah, this is shit. At
Most
least
people.
for what I'm trying to do.
Most
Is it
people
not
take
sticking to the
acoustic
foam?
and stick it to something else, then stick that to the wall.
That's not a
Yeah.
bad idea. You could stick it to some cardboard and then stick the cardboard to the wall. That would work really well.
Well, the problem is that attaching a thing to the back of this is just not working.
That you could
Like,
use spray contact.
I
Spray
would have to
contact
use,
would
like-
work for that.
Yeah, I would have to use something like that. Just some shit I would have to go end up buying.
You can go get spray contact from any hardware store. You probably even get it from like a Staples or something like that, or Office
Yeah.
Depot. Then you just spray it on that, spray it on your cardboard, and stick your cardboard onto the back of it and stick it to the wall.
But
Are you
the other problem is
Start with that.
that I'm in a huge fucking room, and I think there's going to be echo regardless.
Probably.
Which is why I'm considering moving my shit into my bedroom and moving my bedroom out here.
The other thing you could consider is getting like a portable, like some kind of wall that you can set up behind you, like when you're streaming,
Yeah.
like a room divider type thing.
That is something I was looking into as well. Is just something that I can wheel in. I can just slap it against the wall, and just basically build another wall right next to me.
One of those Japanese room dividers.
Yeah, Japanese room divider would help. It wouldn't be the greatest. Those things are just thin wood, but well, you almost needed like the like cubicle dividers.
Yeah.
'Cause I know, like watching
Except-
PewDiePie shit, like that's what he does for his area. Because I think his area is just like part of a giant room, and he's just 3 walls of like cubicle dividers just around where his desk is.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure he also has a designated room to do all of his shit in, right? Because ideally, you're in a small room with a bunch of, foam on the walls, like completely covering, not just like partially covering one giant wall. So that's why I was considering moving my shit into my current bedroom and then making my bedroom out here, just because, like, even with this foam, even with carpet, the sound's still going to be bouncing all over the place unless I completely coat this place in sound foam, which I'm not going to do.
Do you ever watch anything from Unbox Therapy? Because that guy, I was watching like one of his things, and he just moved into a gigantic ass warehouse to like film all his stuff, and he was showing like how he had to set it up, and he's basically got carpets and like towels hung up like everywhere. He doesn't have any like acoustic foam really, but he just has blankets and comforters and shit, just creating this circus tent looking thing in the corner of the warehouse.
Yeah,
It's kind of hilarious and ridiculous.
That's
What
what
they
you do.
That's
The
what
dance
the
studio that
Rooster
my
Teeth
wife
stuff
works for
is.
has the same problem with sound on the walls, and they actually bought these like not gigantic, but like these sound dampeners, and they're like, I don't know how to describe it. They're like giant. They're a big foam on the inside, but they have like a cage mesh around them, and they're just long rectangular plates you just hang up on the wall. Give them 2 screws and just hang them up there, and they actually do an incredible job of like dampening the sound. I don't know if that's something you might be interested in, but look into that.
Sound, what is it?
They're like sound dampeners. I don't know how to describe it, but maybe I could find it for you on Google. But basically, they're giant rectangular plates, not plates, but like big cushy foam boards. But they have they're it's like foam inside of a cage, and it's like it's got holes in it. It's like corrugated, but not quite. Anyways, but it's got 2 hangers to the top, like a picture. It looks like a giant picture frame, only they're kind of big and fat. And they actually do a really good job dampening this. I'll see if I can find it for you. So.
I mean, I just posted something in TeamSpeak. If that's like close.
Let's see here.
Oh no.
Big panel, is that?
I forgot, if I click on a link,
Yes, that's it.
if I click on a link, it automatically
Those things
opens
are
in
really,
frickin'...
really good. You can hang them vertical, horizontal, whatever you want. I know they're a little expensive, but they actually do a really good job.
I mean, money is fine. If I can move my setup into my room over there somehow, and still have it be okay, and only have to cover like half the room
Yeah.
instead of the entire room, that is something I will consider. It just kind of sucks because, like, I really like this setup right here because like I have a whole other shelf thing right here, and then like the bookcase I can move, that's fine, but like it would just, I don't know, it'd just be a pain in the ass to reset it up and move shit.
Surprised there's no solutions for your mic setup, like with the filtering.
Is that the Dado? Yeah, is that the Dado mic going nuts?
It is.
There's no way.
There's no way.
Yes, there is.
It's fucking Roll20. I hate Roll20. Fuck you, Roll20.
Every time.
Aw.
None of the rest of us have that problem with Roll20.
I don't
It
know.
didn't do it last session, actually.
And I don't think it's
No.
done it since. Yeah, it hasn't done it since he moved to the new place until
Um,
now.
Yeah, I gotta look into like room dividers or.
Just take a
or
blanket
moving my...
and put a blanket like over the back of your monitor and then like over your head and just put yourself in a little tent.
Yeah.
Leave Dado alone.
I mean, you say that, but. I mean,
If it's a green blanket, you could just green screen yourself out and
Yeah.
no one would ever know.
Except for, the lighting.
I mean, I am
Put a
very
couple
much
lights under
considering
there with them.
buying a bunch of blankets and just literally just hanging them on the wall.
That would be the temporary solution.
And
Yeah.
you could put a couple eye hooks in your ceiling. As long as you don't have cement ceilings to match your floors.
No.
Well, if you decide to move your room, I would consider those sound dampeners. They're pretty nice.
Yeah.
You might even be able to find some like used, like on eBay and like store going out of business sales and kind of things. You may not have to pay full price for them.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, we gonna play Dungeons and Dragons tonight?
No,
We have to solve Dado's sound problem. That is the current quest. Is figuring out Dado's sound problem. Okay. So, previously on Dungeons and Dragons, a lot of you fucking guys, went into the steamworks underneath Helm's Hold with your buddy Kalad in tow. Inside, you fought a bunch of orcs and other orc-related things, eventually reaching the Nexus itself. On the way there, in the boiler room, you killed a small, dark, creepy thing. It was almost like he was dark and a creeper. You killed him and found a strange brass key. Strange brass key. After that, you opened up some valves, headed to the Nexus, which pumps all the shit up through into the city. Once you got there, you got involved in a long and arduous battle as you fought your way all the way up 100 feet to the roof, where the controls to flood the steamworks were located. While you were doing that, orcs were pouring into the room, including the orc leader Tusk and his strange witchy friend Mirisa. You killed both of them. Wacky activated her fancy new amulet, stopping time, giving her just enough to like slip past Tusk, activate the emergency the emergency release on the boiling water. You guys flooded the entire Nexus, escaped up through the top hatch, and emerged back in Helm's Hold behind some buildings. So, a little bit of cleanup, because we ended a bit abruptly, because the session ran really long, and we were all very tired. Where is my... you guys receive 700 XP for your fights and quest reward and whatnot, and I just realized in my notes I spelled received wrong. Fucking scrub. Wacky, she had looted Mirisa before you guys left. She had found an adamantine short sword and a strange spiked chain whip. It's essentially two exotic-looking daggers connected by a 6-foot chain. Kind of odd.
Quick question. Were we starting at 0 XP or at the level 3 version of XP?
Level 3 XP.
Level 3.
You're all at 1,850 XP. No, 1,750. Wow, I'm bad at math.
It's even.
It's a good thing I don't use math every day in my job. It's okay, most of my math in my job is fractions.
And a 3-foot wall. That's 14 foot total.
I do a lot of fraction work at work. Even though we work in metric. Yeah, well, yeah, because I convert everything into inches. I fucking hate the metric system for my job. Love it for everything else. Hate it for woodworking. So, you guys killed Tusk, killed Mirsa, got the hell out of there. You emerged soaking wet, sweaty, like just a disgusting mess. Down here in the sort of central ward of the town, you kind of emerge through like a hatch behind some buildings, kind of in like a back alley. You know, you're all fairly exhausted from your long trek up that spire, but you're alive, and now you can report back and let Jandar know that you stopped the orcs. You did a good job. That you guys did the good job.
We did it!
Everyone will be. You can report back.
We're all like on the floor trying to catch our breath.
Everybody will be very happy to know that.
Everyone's gonna be so proud of you guys.
All right, let's go report back to Jandar then. Nah, fuck him.
So, you guys head back to the cheat sheet. You head back to the Dragon's Gauntlet, where Jandar's waiting for you. He tells you that he's got men stationed, around the perimeter of the city on watch for orcs. Luckily, none have really tried anything yet. It's been pretty quiet. He asks if you were successful in stopping the orcs down in the steamworks.
We walk in with wet clothes and it's like, what do you think? No, fail. Yeah, we got it done.
Several shades darker red.
Yeah.
Few pounds
I
lighter.
don't go to sun anymore.
So, it's he's, quite ecstatic that you guys were able to stop this. Before I keep going, another thing I've stopped mentioning it because I didn't want to drive the point home too much, but all the orcs in that you fought were armed with the fancy weapons you've been hunting down. I'm trying not to repeat that over and over and over again, but I realize I also haven't been probably repeating it enough. But yeah, so you get back to Jandar. Yeah, he's super happy. He rewards you guys with 100 gold each.
Dang.
Finally.
Hey.
I should have made it 503 gold and watch you guys divide it.
Yeah, I would have said 100 for everybody.
You can't do that. There's 6 of you.
Sure can. Just give it back to him. Be like, we don't want this.
So can you give this into a multiple of 6?
Oh, should probably mention to Jandar that we did kill Tusk while we were down there. So their leader is dead, along with that witch that was with them.
It's yeah, I've heard stories that some strange witch was helping Tusk out, but, what... Were you able to figure out, who she was, or, what her connection to the orcs was?
Yeah, about that. No.
Just a fuck, buddy. Just a fuck, buddy.
Almost did.
We were kind of in a hurry, just kind of, stabbed her.
Well, one of us stabbed her.
To be fair, the place was literally filling up below
Yeah,
us.
we were in a hurry. There was no time to worry about having to haul an unconscious body up afterwards.
It was that or fight an army of orcs. I mean,
Yeah.
it's up to you.
So, he's no matter. It's with Tusk dead and most of his orcs drowned or boiled alive or trapped, beneath the city. We should be safe. Any of the other any orc stragglers are just going to disband and just run into the hills. So I think we're safe for now. Which is good, because they're never going to send me those extra troops. It's like,
Yeah,
so
that would have been a bad time.
Pretty good.
it's like, now perhaps we can discuss like why you guys are in the city to begin with. Like, clearly you did not come to help me rid the city of orcs. It's just a happy coincidence.
Well, turns out our paths may actually intertwine.
I feel like we've already talked about this.
Yeah, we have.
Did we tell him about this? I feel like we did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We did already talk about this, yeah.
Yeah, but he's now inferring that you actually have time to start looking into it now.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
As opposed to, like, oh, hey, can you stop these orcs first, please, before we all die?
We should probably ask him if he's heard anything on our situation at all. Probably hasn't, but
No, he says, like, we've mostly just been running around scrambling to fend off a possible orc incursion, so...
right.
He recommends that after you guys dry off and get, like, a good night's sleep, you may want to hit the streets, start asking around.
Yeah.
Your best bet's to just look around the city, visit the various places, try and drum up some rumors, do some investigation work.
probably check some shops that are selling weapons. They probably been tried to sold to there.
Well, do you think they would sell these things? I mean, I guess it never hurts to take a look.
I mean, they're smuggling them for a reason. It's not just for fun.
What, you think
True,
you're just
true.
gonna go buy one of these off the street? Well,
Maybe.
maybe the street. Not in the shop, though.
What if the shop is on the street?
What if the shop is a street?
Yeah, if Jander himself doesn't know anything about it, I say we just take our long rest and get started on this.
Is there maybe, maybe a certain area that we should, you think, check out? Am I the one that's not as savory as all the other places?
He tells you that the sort of outer city, like basically all the area inside the first wall, like the main wall, that's all sort of the lower. That's your more lower class, not like really scummy poor people, but that's more your lower class. A lot of your warehouse districts, military stuff, that type of thing.
Why do I feel like the place labeled Scar Alley is probably a good place to look to?
He's like, yeah, Scar Alley's that's a bit of a rough place.
Well, that might be our first visit then.
We're looking for rough people.
He tells you, I've had this open every other frickin' time. My notes on Helm's Hold. Hey, he tells you that when the spell plague broke out about 100 years ago, a lot of spell scar ravaged people were brought into the city looking for refuge, and that's kind of the area that it became kind of a shanty town area, and that's like where all the like spell scarred, like really despondent people ended up getting kind of shoved.
Right.
That's your leper colony. It's your magical leper colony. Would be a good approximation of that.
Well,
Says there's not a lot of freshly spell scarred people anymore, but we still get some, and that's where they go and hang out, looking for handouts and for people to help them.
okay then. I guess we go there tomorrow.
Sounds good. Let's get
I'm gonna
some
go
rest
die
first.
now.
Yeah, let's go to sleep.
What was the name of the place we're going to tomorrow?
Scar Alley.
Scar Alley.
Spell that, please.
SCARALLE.
Scroll down on your
Oh,
map.
Scar.
Yeah.
Alley.
It's number 8.
To be fair, you all talked at the same time, so all I heard was.
Number 8.
Alright, before, well, I think the only person who could use the whip is Jez, so I'll probably give that to him.
Can he?
If it's a whip,
It's not a whip. It is 2 knives with a chain attached in the middle. It seems to be. It's a weapon that none of you has ever seen before. That, as far as you know, perhaps history checks. Perhaps history checks might tell you more about it. But other than that,
I'll bring it over to Dusty and ask him if he's ever seen anything like
it is not something that any of you have training with.
Okay.
I'll just like hold it out to Dusty.
I don't know.
Dusty's not entirely sure. Dusty thinks it's it's definitely some kind of exotic weapon used by some race from far away.
Possibly. I'm gonna try. There. Yeah. My master was an exotic monk of the different places, and well traveled.
Your master taught you about many different weapons. He didn't really teach you how to use some of these fancy weapons, but he told you tales of the Shatterkai, who notoriously live mostly in the Shadowfell, and Shatterkai are quite known for wielding bladed chains and weapons such as this.
I will relay that information to everyone.
So that leads you to believe that Mirasa must have been a Shatterkai witch.
Shatterkai. Spell that?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go ahead and put it back into my bag if no one's gonna take it then.
Doing.
I miss you.
Okay, I'm good.
Yeah, I don't.
Also, Bones, you
nothing
know
else.
your camera is like pointed at a weird angle, right?
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah, I
it
just
fell
haven't
off.
fixed it. I'll get it in a minute.
It's pointed
It
like
fell
at
down
a...
behind my monitor. I just don't get it right now. Give me a minute.
Doesn't it have things to clip it to your monitor?
You have, I mean, mine's like, it's got a little mounting thing on it.
You just flip your camera around to show the mount.
No, mine was literally a cheap $10 camera at
Ah.
HEB. It's a Chinese knockoff. Like, it was just something quick.
Logitech.
So where are you guys spending the night? Scar Alley? You
Uh,
guys gonna find
Yeah,
a spot?
Scar Alley.
You gonna find a spot
probably
to sleep?
back at the what's it called? Venturers something or other.
Venturous Rest.
Venturer's Rest.
Venturers Rest.
Okay.
I guess.
You go back in. You see. So you walk down to Venturer's Rest. It's getting to be nighttime at this point. You see Carissa Anuvian, the paladin that owns the place. She just kind of gives you a not curtly, but like a friendly nod as you walk in. She recognized you from like the night before when you brought in Kalad, bleeding and dying.
Yeah.
Hey, at least we can show that he doesn't have morals in him.
Yeah, Kalad, at this point, like basically once you guys like were on your way to Jandar, Kalad basically fucked off home. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna go home before my wife kills me.
Probably a wise dwarf.
So, she tells you that she has some rooms for rent, if you're interested. She says that she
Yeah,
cannot extend to you the same courtesy as the night before, because
That's
she's
fine.
gotta make a living.
I want to just sit down.
We're not really looking to save money on an inn room.
I'll take room 5.
I'll just take whatever room is available.
Give me whatever you have, please.
She
I'm old and tired.
You okay?
she offers
He's
She-
old and tired.
she offers you rooms for 2 gold apiece, so you guys can all. There's enough free that you can all have your own room if you want, or some of you can bunk up and save some money. It's up to you.
Nope, iron room.
I'll take my
I want
own
my own
room, that's fine.
Okay.
I'll sleep by myself.
So we can all be apart when we get attacked in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Yes.
You say that, but hang on. Hang on.
Okay.
I was wondering. Thought he was gonna go get his. Thought he was gonna go get the onion thing.
Are you looking for the spell alarm?
I am, because it can be cast as a ritual.
Aha,
Yeah.
nice.
You could just click on the little eye and search
Yeah, I know. That's
alarm.
fun.
I just go to D&D Magic, man. It's a nice website.
30 foot.
So, okay.
So,
So I'm gonna
Dano
really
spends.
that Dusty's
Dusty
that.
spends like the next few hours remembering how the alarm spell works, while the rest of you get a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
You all wake up the next morning, and you see Dusty standing outside his room trying to cast some kind of arcane ritual on his door.
You know, it'd be amazing if
You
cast
you
it
think
and
he
then
may
open
have been
the
at this all night, but he probably just like passed out for like 8 hours, like up against the door, and then just like woke up and just kept doing it.
Yeah.
So
I was the alarm the whole time.
Yeah, the alarm was just leaning up against it.
see, that's how you cast alarm. You just have somebody fall asleep leaning against the door. So if somebody opens it, they fall out the room, and everyone's aware of what's happening.
There was a time I tied my leg to the door. So if it moved,
I've tied a door, like a door that opened out. I tied it to the bed, so it couldn't be opened from outside the room.
Anyways,
Alright, guess we're starting our day.
So, yep, you're starting your day.
hit the streets.
Hitting the streets, look for clues.
Oh shit, we said the name of the title. That's a bad sign.
Roll credits.
Yeah, roll credits. We're done.
All right, so we're right here. So okay, so
Oh,
it's pretty,
actually, yeah. So you guys are here.
We
now.
are actually
pretty simple path down to that place.
Yep, just a straight and a straight and a right and a straight and a right, and we're there.
So you guys are heading to Scar Alley. Is that the plan?
That is the plan.
I guess so.
That's quite. I'm just assuming that's gonna be a good place to go. But then you said it was spell scars and
Yeah.
not just a generic scar alley.
We have all day to work out where we want to go after this.
So you enter a very depressing corner of the town. It's exactly what you picture an old medieval shanty town looking like all sorts of just like little makeshift hovels and sort of half-made tents, with all sorts of just poor people just strewn about. A lot of them seeming to be ravaged by spell scar. Basically like big streaks of blue or like weird runic patterns like burned into their flesh. You also see a fair amount of patrols of guards in the area too. It seems that they keep this place. It seems that they keep a pretty high guard presence in this area to, watch over the place and make sure shit doesn't go bad.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Investigate to see if there's any sort of like weapon shops or like armor shops in the area.
For the most part, you just see, you might see a few beggars that are, have got like a few little trinkets on like a blanket. Mm-hmm. The only real business in the area is the large rundown tavern at number 5 right there. That is the Hungry Flame.
Okay.
You do see a lot of spell-scarred people in there, like not in there, but like going to and from it. But it does look like a really rough, grimy tavern.
Right.
Compared to the rest of the city, the rest of the city seems pretty normal. This place seems pretty destitute, to the point where you're kind of surprised that it's actually inside the walls. Whereas if any of you had visited places like Baldur's Gate, this is sort of what the outer city looked like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
My intuition is wrong.
Well, what are you thinking?
Well, I mean, if these people had illegal weapons, they probably wouldn't be easy to find.
Yeah.
or not legal, but high quality marked items.
Yeah, well, that's why we gotta ask around. Maybe we should go into the tavern. Yes, no,
Yeah,
no, just,
Yeah.
I don't
just
know.
me.
we've always had.
No,
No, wait,
I'm
I've
not
never
gonna
been in
leave.
You should have the rogue do it.
Just tie the rogue's hands together before you go in.
Let's go in. Let's go
5
in
seconds
there.
in.
Let's go in there and see if there's
That would-
innocent someone in there.
Sure.
Okay, so you guys go
Made a
inside.
mistake.
Inside the tavern looks pretty ramshackle. A quick glance around the room spots a couple of dozen patrons, all of them brandishing spell scarring of some degree or another. It doesn't really look like they're trying to hide it at all. In fact, a cursory glance of the room tells you that basically every single person in here is spell scarred in one way or another.
Kind of asked Dusty, is like, do you know how this happened? Like quietly, so that nobody hears me. History check maybe.
Yeah.
You do know that the guy told us.
Oh, I did. My bad.
Yeah. The
I
spell
said,
plague.
well, that's probably when my kids were bugging me. Well, not bugging me, but attacking me with love.
Yeah.
I'll catch up on the notes later. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so
Does anyone look more well off than the others?
yeah, well, okay, do not fall asleep.
So
Okay.
yeah, you see a couple of people that are sitting by themselves that don't seem too badly off. You guys do seem to be kind of getting the stink eye from a few people in the room. Like some people are just kind of keeping to themselves and don't really care. But even the grimy bartender seems to be kind of scowling at you a bit and like keeping his eye on you as you guys kind of move about the tavern.
We don't want you normies in here.
Yeah, that's kind of the feeling that's kind of the vibe you're getting from the place, is that you're like, this is our tavern and you normies don't belong here.
Lovely.
And then the rogue goes and punches somebody.
No.
The rogue buys food and throws it at somebody.
Yeah, I didn't punch anybody.
No, he ran
He didn't
away.
punch anyone because he wouldn't have done anything.
I don't know. We should
I
just
really
go
don't
up to
know.
one of them, or at least one of us should go up to one of them and ask where. if
I'm
they
gonna at least sit down so it doesn't look like we're just standing here
Yeah, true.
awkwardly.
Do it.
I'm gonna go sit down at a table.
They also may not want us to sit down, but that's cool.
Whatever. I'm gonna sit down.
Yeah, you guys find an
Alright.
empty table that you're able
My
to.
friend doesn't like you. I don't like you.
Well, that would have a good explanation of the spell scar. Duh. Okay. The Neverwinter book. There's a whole.
Whole section in the
Well, there's
4th edition campaign guide. For,
there's a 4th edition background of being spell scarred.
yeah.
Cool.
A spell scarred harbinger.
So should we just like go up to someone and start talking to them?
I
I can't help but feel like we're a little bit out of place here, given that everybody here probably looks like that rat guy that we fought in the Teamworks.
Don't look at me. I'm way out of my element here.
I thought Jess says he was going to ask somebody something.
I just said one of us should, and I guess I will
I volunteer.
go up by myself
You to
and
do it.
sit down at the table with like one of the well off or
One of the more normal looking people.
Well, not.
Normies.
I'm not looking for like normal in like not super spell scared. I mean like their clothes look a little better than normal.
Doesn't looks like they may be coming here not because they live in Scar Alley, but because they feel like they belong here, as opposed to a regular tavern.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, so you find one such patron. You know, you approach and he just kind of like looks up from his drink at you.
Hi. Do you have any idea where I can find weapons?
He just kind of like looks you up and down and is like, there's stores in the market district all over the place. It's not difficult.
Yeah, but I'm looking for fancy ones that you probably won't find at a store. I don't have any of the markings. Actually, I don't have the marking.
you go drag Pyro's face over and like,
You could probably sketch
I'll
it.
give
Look
you,
at this
I'll give
thing
you
on
one
his
of the
neck.
items I picked up.
Yeah, I'm looking for a particular maker. The ones that have this arrow cross thing. Have you seen these around? And then I'll show, not Pyro, but probably I'll steal that.
I
Those-
would have given you one of my daggers for those.
Yeah, the dagger or something.
Yeah.
Even better, I'll probably just run back, run to you guys, run back, like this.
It's like, you want me to come with you?
he's like, well,
seen these
it's
around?
like I would think, why don't you just go find it and where you got that one from?
Well,
Well,
Oh god, everyone's cams just disappeared for a second. He's like, well, it's like, I don't know, rumor has it that, you know, the orc leader Tusk and his band and a bunch of the rabble in the mountains, they've all been getting their hands on good grade weapons and armor and been looking to use it. So maybe you should find some orcs, steal it from them.
Don't
Can argue
say.
that logic. I mean,
see, the fact is, we did we didn't try to steal any of them. We did get some of the weapons from them with these symbols, and we're trying to find the maker of them. Not just more of them, we want to find the source. For those special weapons. And then a wink.
So he just kind of like looks at you, and then he kind of looks over at the table to like the rest of your friends. He's like, "Look, I'll give you one piece of advice. Like, your kind is not typically welcome around here. You know, I'm a very kind and just warm individual, but many of my friends in this establishment
so.
are not. So you may not want to spend much more of your time in such a place."
No, we didn't plan to. We just we're wandering around and we're looking for the source, and we're just hoping to find someone that knows it. That's all. Once we know, we'll just get out of here.
He tells you that sort of goods that, you know, he tells you that this town does not really have the guard presence to deter the movement of unwanted goods in the city. That he basically infers to you that really anywhere could be a front for any kind of illicit operation. But
Are there any special symbols to look for these illicit operations? Or are they just people hanging around?
tells you, he's like, what?
Saying, what are you buying? What are you selling?
He tells you, he's like, what could I possibly need illegal weapons for? Do I look like I need illegal weapons? And he's like, hey, Steve, do I need illegal weapons for anything? And then Steve in the back is like, what? He's like, see?
well then.
In that case, I'll get out of here.
Okay.
And then I'll get up and leave, I guess. And then relay the story that, yeah, these guys.
Make sure you include Steve's insightful
Yeah.
input.
I'm like starting to look kind of uncomfortable because I feel really fancy in this shitty tavern.
Oh, you should feel uncomfortable. I think a lot of the people in here are probably trying to make you feel as uncomfortable as possible.
I'm gonna,
I
yeah, I
probably
want to get
look,
out of here.
I probably look super fancy as well, being kind of noblish. But at the same time, I'm also not. I don't care about the spell scars and stuff.
About the poor people.
Yeah, like I don't mind them. They're not gonna scare me away with their poor looks.
Their poorness.
Their poorness and their crazy arcane
Yeah,
ravagings.
I'm used to it.
I say we leave and look somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's gonna be very fruitful. Might as well just take off.
Yep, that was a bust.
All right.
Maybe we can find.
Well,
Maybe we can find a better vendor that
what
perhaps
Let's
about
go back
sells
to
illegal
the
from the
let's go back to
of
the
this-
inner city.
what about the Mercenary Barracks?
Let's think.
Mercenaries. I
Who
mean,
needs illegal weapons?
Guilds kind of guys. Thugs.
Orcs, apparently.
Orcs.
Yes.
Yeah,
Orcs.
definitely.
People that don't want people to know they have the weapons, so it's definitely not going to be any official like guards or mercenaries. Probably not. Although maybe mercenaries.
They
Aren't-
might have.
I think
info
there's a
on-
yeah, I
on
think there's
where-
a chance.
I mean, like, where else are we gonna go? You go to the shrine.
We, we may as well check out the rest of the outer city before we go to the inner, and this is the only place we have to go.
Yeah, I would check. I would check with the barracks.
Okay, so you guys are gonna start circling around down to 6.
Yep.
Guess so.
Okay. So
I'll be right back.
you guys start cutting along. Yeah, you guys get to about here. There's kind of a big crowd. You just sort of like duck behind one of the buildings, try and cut through, find a quicker way around. Then a sudden movement catches your eye. A horse tethered to a hitching post stomps as you approach from behind you, and a voice calls out, "Took a wrong turn, friends. Too bad it'll be your last."
Okay.
Who the
I'm gonna be
fuck?
super happy and say, "Ooh, we're getting ambushed."
McCree?
Oh god.
Some people didn't heal yet.
No, I wait for my token.
So,
Oh yeah. Should probably
yeah,
pick
you
that.
see, 3 sort of like kind of rough looking. They look like mercs or bandits of some kind. One of them just kind of like steps. The guy talking kind of steps out in front. 2 of his buddies kind of just sort of emerge from like behind some, some carts and some crates and that. And then you hear some shuffling behind you as 2 more sort of move in and trap you from behind. They all sort of draw weapons, and it's time to roll initiative. And as we do that, who's going to play Pyro this time?
Not Dado.
5.
I could do it, I guess.
I mean, it's fairly simple.
Yeah. Swing and a miss, right?
Yep.
Oh, that means I gotta edit.
You can't use the Mind Smite if you never hit.
True.
Characters, players, Jafar.
Apparently, we're missing Dedo.
Because he left to go. He said he'd be right back. Wacky's gonna do it. So now Wacky can do it.
All right, I'm here.
You need to roll initiative. And Wacky needs to roll initiative for Pyro. And Boss Man.
Crispy 6.
Boss Man rolling a 21.
Is that a 2? That is a 2.
These guys rolling a 10 spot. All right. He's got enough to get to you.
I always suck at my initiative.
So, the guy doing all the talking, he comes in. He's gonna take 2 swings at Bones with his axe. It's going to ask Bones a question. 21 versus AC and a miss. The miss is definitely going to miss. Oh, why am I grabbing 2 sets of dice? You're going to take 5 damage. And that is going to be the end of his turn. We're going to go Wacky.
I'm gonna squeeze over here. Look at this guy. This guy is like he's the leader, right? Or at least from what we've concerned.
He seems a bit better geared, a bit more brazen. He's also the one that said stuff when you guys walked into the alley.
And so I'll look at him, and I'll be like, "Bandits, exactly what we were looking for. You wouldn't have happened to know anything about weapons that have this mark on it, would you?" And I throw a dagger at him, in his direction, I should say.
He kind of catches it. This is a nice dagger. Where'd you get this? I've been meaning to find a nice dagger like this.
That's what we were
I
gonna
killed
ask
somebody
you.
for it.
So, Louage, go.
If you don't know, then I don't even know why we're
Why the hell does Pyro only have 2 health? What the fuck?
Who knows?
Bring him back up to max.
Yeah.
He didn't sleep well.
Whoop.
Yep.
Dude.
And yep. You stab him thusly, and it is Jez's turn.
Okay. I will turn around to the people wrestling behind us. I'll move kind of in between both. They're like, hey, first I'll be talking to the guy at the top. Hey, do you have any fancy weapons? And I'll just...
Did you say that he looks down at his weapons? He's like, they're all right. What are you making fun of my weapons for?
Ooh, boy.
And disarming attack.
Boom, 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 boom. That's a 2. So you
It drops at his feet.
Yeah, you basically smash him over the arm with your rapier, and he drops his sword at his feet for 10 damage. He looks really he's clutching his arm like you almost broke his arm. He really doesn't seem to have liked that very much. So he's going to reach down with his offhand and pick his sword back up and swing it at you. And he's going to miss you. It's probably because it's his offhand. Other guy going to take a swing at you, Jez. That's going to hit. That's 22. Yeah. Cuts at you with a short sword for 6 damage. These two guys are going to run in. This guy's got a tough... you can see Wacky over the stairs. She's got a bit of cover. The cover's enough. He's just gonna... He throws a hand axe at Wacky, just flies over her head. The other one's going to throw one at the rogue for 15 versus AC.
The Rouge?
Yeah. 4 damage.
Not the Rouge.
He threw it at the Rouge. It's Dusty's turn.
Oh, why always the fighting? I don't care, it's fun. Oh, damn.
I don't care, it's fun.
Alright. Bones.
Alrighty. Browser's wigging out. 1 second. Work, damn you. Okay, sorry about that. Oh, this guy's in front of me. I guess I'll just gun the dude in front of me.
Do
Crack.
it. You won't. Yep. Smack him in the face.
Yep, then I side kick him in the knee. Crack. Nope, get him.
He just pulls his leg up. He miss, and you miss. It's well choreographed.
Cool. Does it look awesome?
It does. It just looks like a professional fight scene.
That
Cool.
scene where you stomp down at their feet and they lift their leg up at the right time.
Yep.
Yep. And I'm gonna spin a key point and I'm gonna dodge.
Ooh.
Wait, can I do that? Hang on.
No, that's
Did I
your
screw
bonus
that up?
action to dodge.
Oh yeah, never mind then. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Never mind.
Wacky. It's your turn for Pyro.
I remember that's a bonus action.
I think
always
that
forget
Pyro would probably go up to this
He
guy.
would probably cry.
He would probably cry. Now, he would, Pyro's terrible at this in many ways. This is fine. I'd probably try to intimidate him. Basically say, "You sure you want to be messing with us?" Assuming
You don't know what you're messing with?
Yeah, you don't know what you're messing with.
He's like, I know exactly what I'm messing with.
No, I still get my attack.
Yes.
Yep, and I'm gonna do one of these. Okay, that didn't roll right. What is this?
There you
There you go.
Nice, dude.
go. Crispy 9.
You announced like that your attack was coming. And he had time to dodge out of the way. You were talking smack, and then that got his attention, and he saw the attack coming from like a mile away.
Alright, that's his turn.
Also, if you're attacking with your longsword, you must be a lot closer to him than that.
Oh, am I? Alright, just do it over here then.
Oh, sorry. You were controlling Pyro. Never mind.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought you were using your character. Yeah. No, you're good. You're good.
Alright, cool.
It's a really long sword. Sephiroth.
A Warren's sword could attack from that far away.
New model.
This guy's going to make 2 attacks. He's going to hit Bones with 1, then the Rogue with 1. The one on Bones is probably going to miss. It's like a 13. I don't think that hits Bones. One on the Rogue is a 22. That's 6 damage. Takes us to Wacky.
Bloodied.
Who is the guy who threw the axe at me?
It's one of the 2 guys to the right.
Alright.
One of
Well, I'll
those
look.
jabrones.
Whoever it was, let's say it was this guy. We'll look at him and tell him that it was a good throw. Very sarcastically.
He's like, don't make fun of me.
No!
I had to throw it past the sign. It's not an easy throw, okay? I don't perform well under pressure.
If I back up a bit while I get more cover, or can I?
Yeah, you can kind of squeeze between buildings.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that then.
What's his
Lodge.
name?
The cunning action to gauge. Right over here. Drop my sword on the ground, pull my bow, and then skull.
Bode. Yeah, you hobble him pretty good. Yeah, he seems to be bleeding profusely. And that seems to just be making him angrier.
Oh no.
You feel like he might transform. Into what? Who knows? Jez.
Hey. I'm going to, while he's like still like unbalanced from picking up the sword, I'm going to try doing a non-lethal slash just in case it kills him. And I'm gonna try trip attack. It's not gonna hit.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Not gonna hit.
Trip attack.
So he is gonna swing at you with his now offhand short sword. 17 versus AC.
That's hit.
2 damage.
Dang.
He does not get his bonus anymore now that he's wielding it in his offhand. Bonus. Other guy though is gonna miss.
I'm going to
Other guy.
riposte then.
Okie dokie. Sad guy is gonna chase after the Lodge.
Not me.
The 14 hit the other dude.
Yes, 14 will hit him.
10 damage.
10 damage. And he did. Oh no, you're hitting the other guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okie dokie. This guy is gonna run up. He's gonna see that Wacky's hiding in the corner. And he's gonna squeeze in between Pyro and Wacky, thinking that Pyro's distracted by his bleeding boss. That'll hit her. 20 versus AC. 4 damage. The other guy chasing Lawage has disadvantage and misses completely. Just swings at nothing. Just wildly swings at nothing. Dusty.
Alright, I don't want to kill anybody.
Well then.
Or do you want to kill everybody?
You kill this guy. I don't give a shit
I mean-
about this guy.
You give a shit about that guy?
Yeah, we did. I mean, we don't need all of them alive.
That's
I'm
kind of
sure.
like yelling.
This one.
Yeah, this one.
Oh, okay. Try that. Hey, how we doing?
Yep. He's not dead, but he's on fire.
I'm gonna laugh at him.
Idiot.
Badly burned, but he's still
Idiot.
alive.
Who's the idiot now, idiot?
Now he's on fire.
Nice. I like it.
Except I'd have to hold my
With
mouse
a
here
lot
the
of
whole
fire.
time.
That lasts forever. Oh, okay.
Pretty
It's like,
close.
is it gonna last forever?
Bones, your turn.
Cracking the boss in the face again. Correct-a-do.
Oh!
Wow.
You almost hit Pyro.
Right?
You try to baseball swing it and you just smash it off Pyro's shield instead, and it's like, oh. It's like when you hit like walls in Dark Souls and your swing goes like nowhere. It's like that kind of a thing.
Pyro probably doesn't even notice.
So you should have used a thrusting attack, not a swinging attack.
I'm gonna
Rust.
tick over here, and I'm gonna dodge with the key point.
Okay.
Alright.
Pyro.
Guess I should try to knock the boss out. Non-lethal.
I'm not doing so well against it, so
Oh,
please do.
good thing.
Damn.
Oh!
Well, that's
Myth.
unfortunate.
That's the most damage he ever would have dealt ever.
For any campaign ever.
So he's gonna use this opportunity to limp his way over to the
no.
exposed wizard. He sees a weak target and he's going for it.
A little old
Yeah, that's a 20 versus AC.
You didn't get opportunity attack or nothing?
He's still within 5 feet of Pyro.
Dumb.
Second attack's gonna miss you though. Luckily, I rolled really
I
bad.
probably can't help you here.
Dado's gonna take 7 points of damage. All of your meat shields left you, and left you exposed to attack. This guy kind of being the guy in charge. Yeah, he saw an opportunity to get the spellcaster, and he went for
Hey, I
it.
was protecting the
Oh, you
flank.
think you're a big shot? Oh, I'm gonna go after the old
Wacky.
man. Oh, I'm a big tough guy.
He's like, we're here to kill you. It's not. There's no rules.
Probably shouldn't.
Gonna kill- Oh my god.
Sounds
We're in
like
an alley that nobody's looking in.
Oh, Mr. Big Shot over here, trying to get the old man.
I'm
He's
gonna
like,
poke the dude
will
in the
somebody
head
help me
right
kill
here.
this old man?
Oh,
I was
now you need
gonna
help
try to
kill the
viciously
old
mock
man.
him, but I might kill him.
I see how it is.
So this guy, no, he's still alive, but bleeding profusely.
Give him a good poke while he's on fire.
Yep. Lodge.
Cutting action disengage. 5 bones.
I thought you were gonna go further down the other alley.
Bones and the Lodge are just gonna run around in circles around the alley.
There is a lot of map.
Yeah, there's an extensive amount of alley to the north.
Yeah.
I didn't spend a lot of time looking for alleyways. I was like, this alley will do.
Yeah, man, do what you gotta do.
You
You know?
hobble him real bad, and yeah, he's on his last legs. Jez.
So, non-lethally attack the dude on the top.
He's still alive. 'Cause you've been splitting your
And
damage.
I will action surge,
He's hurt, like, really. His arm's, like, just dead at this
and
point.
then I'll try to hit that same guy again.
Okay.
Non-lethally.
Yep. And you crack him in the skull, and he is out cold.
Go crack.
There.
Yeah, I'll just keep.
Guy beside you will take a swing at you, Jez. That's a crit fail. Guy in front of Wacky will take a swing at Wacky. That's like 12. That's not going to do anything. One in front of Bones has disadvantage because he's dodging. But still rolled pretty good. Does a 16 hit you?
But yeah, it does.
Yay! 4 damage. Dusty.
Well, I don't want to kill this guy.
Don't you? He wants to kill you.
I
Bump
know,
with your
but
staff.
I want to.
Like he really wants to kill you now. Before, like it was kind of you felt like it wasn't personal, but now you feel like it's really personal.
Yeah.
Wait.
Well, because he's coming to attack the old man.
Like
You can't hit anybody else.
you
Don't
see,
the old guy.
you see nothing but like desire to murder you in his eyes.
A streetcar named Desire. Can you knock someone out with?
Firebolt,
No, the touch attack one.
shocking grasp. No,
Yeah.
it's because a subdural attack, like a knockout attack, specifically says it has to be a melee attack, like a.
Yeah, but that's a melee attack.
I think it says melee weapon attack.
That's what
Can
I'm looking
I eye this dude? See how well he's doing.
Did you just roll Oh, you rolled investigation. For some reason, I thought you rolled intimidation, but no.
How much health do you have?
How much health do you have left? Tell me.
How do you feel?
He looks really rough. Like you think he's on his last legs.
Okay, then I'm not gonna attack him. Say,
I save you for later. This guy, this one specifically.
It's in
that
the
one right
combat
there.
tab. Those are
It's a
spells.
melee attack.
I'm gonna shoot him.
Who are you shooting?
Guy in front of me.
the same guy. This guy.
Oh, the guy down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just sneak it through. But your one fire damage.
I was trying to be fancy with it, but I just kind of singe him instead.
Yeah, you just
Like
it just kind of
He's
streaks.
even more on fire
He
now.
just kind of like
Perfect.
looks and is like, it's just like a little piece of his shoulder on
Boom.
fire.
That was
No,
like
you got
catching
the
a
one
Pokemon,
piece of
getting
him
it
that
as low as
wasn't
possible.
on fire. On fire.
I'm going to crack guy in front of me with a crack-a-doo, maybe?
You're cracking the crack-a-doo?
14?
Crack-a-doo. That'll crack-a-doo. And he is knocked unconscious.
Wait. Then I'm gonna... And I'm going to use Flurry of Blows. And I'm going to take 2 unarmed detectives against this guy. Here's the first one.
Whew.
Yep.
He now has to make a saving throw or be knocked prone.
Okay, so he is knocked prone by being unconscious.
Fair enough.
When
Then
you
I
punch him
will-
in the back of the head and he loses consciousness, he does end up being prone.
Guess I could take my third attack on someone else then?
Yeah.
Alright, so... And... Bonk.
And you knock him unconscious as well.
Okay.
Jeez, kill
Alright
stealer.
then.
Well.
Well, that's what he's been doing, right? He was just
Now
waiting for you guys to
fire.
weaken everybody, and he went around and...
Exactly what I was planning to do the entire time. Totally planned that.
You're lucky it's not XP on kill. Or else you guys would be murdering Bones in this alleyway.
Just be murder hobos then.
Oh,
I give
no,
Bones
Yeah,
a thumbs up.
That's why XP on kill is not a great idea. I'll
No-
kill this
oh,
guy.
I should do that. I should run a campaign XP on kill, and if you kill one of the other PCs, you get to take all the XP that they have.
Oh my god.
Just
Yeah,
have someone that would
I
say
like
that
this
loud.
idea.
That was great.
Sacrifice.
Send the
Sacrifice.
But at the same time, you need each other to get through like the quests and shit. Like nobody will be strong enough to solo it by themselves, so you need each other, but you also want to kill each other to take
That's
the
the only way to
XP.
reason an evil party, really.
So, anyways,
I die less when they're alive.
Pyro. I don't know what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
I don't think you
Pyro
can.
will just come over here. This is about.
You're not gonna get behind me, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's knocked out except the one in front of Jez.
Okay, cool.
Pyro comes over here and
Cries.
I guess he's gonna try to intimidate the guy in front of Jez, the standing down. With a 13.
Yeah. Wacky, it's your turn. I accidentally skipped ahead. It'll be
Good
Wacky,
thing
then
I can't get over there either.
Wacky, and then Louage. Yeah, it specifically says a melee attack, so Shocking Grasp wouldn't count because it's not a melee attack; it's a spell in melee range.
No, it's make a melee. Yeah.
Well, no, you make a spell attack roll from melee range. It's not a melee
care about this
attack.
guy?
Either way, you're
Melee
shocking somebody
spell
to
attack.
death.
No,
Shouldn't
we got
really be
a lot
knocking
of
them out.
Anyways,
Does anybody care if I kill this guy?
Will we get arrested if we kill him?
Guys,
Well,
They did attack you. They did attack you.
Yeah, this is self-defense.
And these
get
don't
them
look
alive?
like nobility.
Just making sure.
guys,
They look like disreputable people.
What? What?
we can keep them alive.
I know, but I can't do anything.
Just knock him out.
Plus,
I can't
plus,
reach
if
him.
one, like, you got 4 knocked out, if the 5th one just happened to die because you were a little too rough with them, I mean, that's life in Faerun.
That's the way it goes.
Yep.
I give the dude a little nod and I say, hey, catch.
And he catches it with his shoulder. And, and he screams at you for more warning next time. And then it is Lawage's turn.
Oh, he's dead.
Nope. He's very badly hurt.
So maybe
He's-
we can knock him out if Waj doesn't kill him.
Oh, Lawage is gonna kill him.
Yeah. I know.
You expect the rogue to knock something out?
Could just by not doing
Oops.
anything.
Dude.
Are you gonna actually do anything?
No.
Okay, Jazz, go.
Alright. Alright, good talk.
I'm going to rapier him.
He is just enough, and I'm assuming you're knocking him out.
Trippic attack. Yeah, he's gonna be knocked out.
You find it very easy to trip him as you knock him out. You knock him out standing, and then you just kind of like hold your leg in place, and he just like falls on it. Congratulations! You have knocked everybody out.
Oh
yeah.
You
Okay.
guys get 100 XP apiece.
Woo!
Because I didn't
Hey,
think
don't worry.
I didn't
I'm
think
gonna
to
update
figure
my
out
order.
XP for these guys. So fuck it, 100 apiece.
I'm gonna collect my
That's the
daggers.
spirit.
I forgot that I'm doing that now.
So their weapons probably are dingy. And
You find, like, are you searching the bodies, or are you just kind of like
Yeah,
glancing
I
at?
want to search.
I mean,
I'll look through big guy here.
So, all their weapons appear to just be common. Like, they're beat up. They got nicks and rust, and like these look like shitty weapons. On the big guy, between all of them, you find 12 gold. They didn't.
bleach.
Yeah,
Gold each.
I'm learning.
That pays my room. Alright, I
So,
gotta update Pyro's gold.
you do find on the big guy a piece of parchment. On it is a crude depiction of the brass key that you are carrying around. And it says, where did I put that?
That looks like a crude depiction of the brass key that we have carrying on us right now.
It
Is it a
says,
key?
so
Is
yeah,
it a
so you see
Really?
like a rough drawing of the brass key that you found on the Dark Creeper in the Steamworks, and it basically just has a note at the bottom. It's like, its return is of the utmost importance, and then it's signed Modra. Modra.
The first thing I've spelled correctly since
That
I
one?
started playing D&D.
So if we're gonna actually interrogate any of these guys, I say we take their weapons and just like put them out of reach.
I mean, we can tie them up as well as.
Yeah,
we
but I
have to-
don't. Yeah, but I want to take their weapons off of them.
We'd have to wait a while.
It's
Kill
fine.
him.
By the time they wake up, I imagine we will have removed all the weapons and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, to waken somebody
So
up.
fuck it. Yeah, let's tie them up and remove their weapons and.
By the way, who actually has the gun on him? Did I take it or did somebody
I
else take
think
it?
that
Wacky.
was No, it was Waj. I'm pretty sure.
Who has what on them?
No, I don't think it was me.
It wasn't? Alright, then
it was
I
you,
have it,
Wacka,
yeah.
because you were picking up the daggers.
Yeah, I don't have
Yeah, but I
it.
think I was the one that picked up the key, didn't I?
I don't know.
Doesn't really matter.
You,
One of us has the key.
It's you, Bones, because you looted the body. I picked up the daggers that were thrown at me.
So I'm gonna
yeah.
put that in my inventory.
So we know who's the one that has to get, who's the one that's going to get murdered first when they come to take back the key.
Exactly.
Yep, it's
Okay.
Bones.
Okay.
Don't worry, he doesn't
Fine
know
by
he
me.
has it yet either.
I will take on this burden for the rest of you.
Oh, what a sacrifice.
That's okay.
Back.
If your rogue was playing a proper rogue and he had the key, you would now have the key. Now that it's found out that the key's dangerous. Like whether you wanted to or not, you now have it. Good old
Alright.
reverse pickpocketing.
Okay,
so
wake them up. After we have removed their weapons.
And
Tied 'em
pants.
Light him up.
So, who are you
Yeah,
waking up?
pants too.
Are you waking up just anybody? Waking up boss
Probably the
man?
boss guy. Boss
let's
guy's
do the
okay.
boss.
Boss guy. Do it.
Yeah.
I just kind of conk him on the head. Doing.
Hey,
With your
Mr.
staff.
Big Shot. Let me know.
So he kind of like slowly comes to, and he seems like really groggy and doesn't really seem to have any idea where he is. Looks like
Mr. Big Shot now, huh?
he just kind of looks at all of you and sees that. Did you tie him up? Did you just take his shit? Like, what'd you get?
We time.
Yeah, we tied him
We
up.
tied
Okay.
him all. We tied him all up.
So he just kind of like notices now that he's like all tied up and like all his stuff's gone and his pants are missing. He's like, look, I don't know what you want. Just let me go. It was just a job.
Man, what a pussy.
It's just a job, man.
I'm sorry. That was the thing.
I've
that
got
we were
I've
supposed
got
to say to
4
you,
kids at home.
Mr.
I
Big
need
Shot.
money to feed my kids. I've got 4 kids.
Can I?
Like,
Is he
Oh,
bullshitting us?
Inside.
Is he bullshit? I don't know. I have no idea. I think he's telling the truth.
you're just like, aw, kids. Dad, don't let him go. He's got kids.
Yeah.
He's like,
We'll
look.
try detecting whether he is full of shit or not.
It's like, look, we were just hired to do this job.
I mean, I don't doubt that.
Yeah, that I believe.
I don't
That's-
doubt that you were
that's
hired.
painstakingly obvious. You're
Who
all
you hired
terrible.
by? Well, we know who it's Modra, but tell us about this Modra person, or
Don't
we'll.
admit that.
Why would we
Bones does not. Bones does not know how interrogations work. He's supposed to catch them in lies.
my character does not do subtlety. She just goes with it.
You know what? It's a character.
Like,
it's fine.
Bones is like explaining this as he's like shoving the piece of paper in the guy's face. Like, see, Modra,
And I'm like
M-O-D.
trying to get it back from Bones. Like, no,
Remember,
no.
my character like does not raise.
Bones
my
is pulling the
society.
key
Pretty
itself
awkward.
out and waving it in front of his face. Like, yeah, you want this key? It's on this piece of paper. Look, it's the same thing.
I'm just like trying to get it from him as he's like
The guy's
shoving it in
like,
his
why
face.
you even? Well, that's like, guys, it's like, why are you even talking to me then? You clearly know everything.
He's like, look,
He's just confused now.
Just let me go home to my
But
dog.
I just
I
gotta
need
look
children.
around like I don't really know how this thing like how this works. What am I
Look.
supposed to do here?
it's like me.
Well,
It's like me and my buddies. We run rackets around the town. Like if we look for small, little jobs, people that need roughing up. We were approached by a dark creeper early this morning. Gave us a description of all of you. And gave us this piece of paper and said we'd be handsomely
Isn't he horribly
rewarded.
brain damaged.
Doesn't what?
Horribly brain damaged.
No, this guy was no, because he never got like crit in the face or something.
Oh, he did. That's how he went down. Anyway,
I don't think so. I don't know.
What?
I don't think
He
I
just.
crit him.
He probably
you
just
you
stutters
crit him.
a lot now.
I remember
Did?
that. I remember that very clearly.
So,
I didn't think I did.
he's like, yeah,
Anyway,
it was a dark
No,
it was a
it was
dark
the
creeper.
damage.
Handed us this piece of paper, told us what you looked like. Seemed like easy money. Clearly, it was not easy money. Not easy money at all. Unless you want to give me the key. You still want to give me
immediately
the
am like-
key thing, and I'll give it back to the guy. And
I'm not
I'm
gonna-
I've got
immediately more
I've
excited
got
when
5
you
kids at
mentioned
home I
creeper.
need to feed.
Where?
I
I
Are
thought
you,
you said
Okay.
4.
where are you supposed to meet the guy?
He said, he tells you, like, I don't know. He said, like, if we found it, he'd find me.
Wow, compelling.
It's like, come on, I've got like 6 kids at home. They're all missing their daddy. I need to get to
The
them.
number goes up every time.
I'll press
At this point, is it clear
a
he's
tiny
a
version
PSA?
of the key in my hand. And I'll hand it to him. There, you have the key now.
It's like, this,
And then I'll start looking around for the guy.
I don't think that. What?
I
That's
gave him
not
the
how
key.
this works.
I say, look,
He sees you looking around. He just starts kind of like looking around, confused.
if the guy can sense that you have the key. And we're gonna stay. We should probably stay. Oh.
I'll call everybody for a sidebar real quick.
He didn't say he would sense it. He would just basically, like, basically like once he got the key, that Modra would just find him and be like, yeah, now give it to me. Here's your money.
I was taking it very
know.
Basically, Modra was just like creepy and aloof and be like, I'll know when you have it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like,
See?
what if we like,
I'll tell you what. Give me. This is the second time you've run it. Give me a history check to see if you can recall anything about dark creepers.
Any of us?
I'm
Sure.
turning history.
I'm not, but I'll give it a shot anyway.
Did anybody
Karn
do?
is still bitter about this creeper.
Yeah, that's probably good enough. So you recall that dark creepers are one of two sub-races of sort of a subset of humanoids that live in the Underdark called Dark Ones. The Dark Ones are divided into the Dark Creepers and the Dark Stalkers. The Dark Creepers are these haggard-looking halfling-type guys who are very good at stealth and they're basically natural rogues. And then
I met one of those guys.
And then the Dark Stalkers are like taller, more humanoid, like sort of like more human-sized creatures that are kind of more assassin-y. But so you know that the Dark Creepers, essentially are like masters of hiding in shadows and stealth and blending in, and so that you would imagine that if this guy probably found, like if he got his hands on the key, that Modra would be, like Modra, would know about it because he's probably slinking in some shadow. He might even be slinking in some shadow like far off down the road right now watching this, for all you know. It's not so much like a magical knowledge of it as that he's just an expert stealthy rogue and he's just watching from the shadows somewhere.
Feel like somebody's watching.
well, what I was gonna say is that we should use him as bait. Like, we should just like set him up in some sort of tavern, and we're all like kind of sitting close by. And
He knows what we look like.
who, Modra?
Yes, because Modra's the one that described all of you to this guy. That's why he was able to. That's how he knew to jump you guys in the alley.
All right, then we can do disguise.
He also
Disguises.
you also think that, like, if Modra's, by the way that he talked to this guy, like Modra might be watching you right now from like a rooftop or like from under a cart or something, and might be very aware that these guys failed miserably at taking it from you.
I gave him the key. It was just slightly smaller.
All right. I
In a
turn
minute,
around.
it
I ask.
disappears.
I said,
Where did you get this job from? Where did you go to get this job?
So I was just, we were just hanging around in an alley we typically hang out in.
What? You just hanging out now? People just throwing out jobs in alleys?
They're probably
Pretty much.
That's how the
40s.
world works now.
They're probably
Usually
drinking
how these
40s in
shady
the alley.
operations
Yeah.
work.
What the?
So that's usually how it works.
He was
Like
a professor for
we
27
hang out
years.
we hang out in that alley, and if people need something unsavorable, done, they seek us out,
Not even a
give us some
room.
money, and we go do it. I mean, it's not glamorous, and sure, it may not be right to like your guys' morality, but I mean, I got like 7 kids at home to feed. I mean, I need
Yep.
the
I asked
money.
you-
Another one.
I asked him if there are any more people like him or like in their band that didn't come here.
He's like, no, this is all of them.
And then I tell him, man, you guys, so all of you are just this bad then.
What alley is it?
He basically just tells you it's like 4 buildings down and like 10 buildings like up the other way.
You followed us all this. That's commitment. Maybe you should join our team. I don't know. What do you think?
To feed your 8
He's like,
kids.
what do you guys pay?
Your
you guys
payment
guys
is
pay
not
well?
dying.
We're
Payment is
paying
not
you
dying.
surviving the rest of your life.
Wait. I mean, we could just leave him tied up here.
He's like, he just kind of like looks at like all of his friends knocked out, and he looks and sees that like all of them are still breathing, and he's like, you know what? I don't think that any of you have the guts to just murder me in the middle of town, or else like me or some of my friends would be dead already. So
I slap him in the
You
face.
see this guy right here?
Lawaj stabs between his legs.
He's unconscious though. So.
Yeah,
Oh, I
but
thought
you still have to
pointing
hit.
your sword.
There.
You have advantage on the thing. So Lawaj goes up. Did you see this guy? Ding! And then he goes
Okay, 1
again,
second.
and then he kills him.
That was Steve.
I just kind of look over and I like point
Steve,
at my
no!
rapier, like, yeah.
He had 9 kids.
Why'd you kill Steve?
Why do you have so many children? All these criminal children.
Condoms haven't been invented yet.
What is that?
Sheepskin.
What is that?
Exactly.
Is he intimidated after that? Or like, can we use
After
that
Wash
to try to
killed him?
intimidate? After, yeah.
Yeah, Lawaj can roll an intimidation check.
What?
Oh.
Stabbed a guy
Well,
with a
alright.
trident.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, I'm
Doesn't
sure
mean to
charisma's
talk
your
to you about
best stat.
Probably want to
It's
lay low for a
not.
while. Probably wanted for murder.
Murder.
You better hope that the
Yeah.
Order of the Gauntlet aren't
Just do
like,
it. Just do it. See what happens.
they're not able to like tell.
Yeah, don't even get advantage. He's both 11s.
So yeah, he doesn't seem particularly intimidated.
He go
Murdered
kill
a dude
another
in
one.
front of him.
So he's just like,
We go
yeah,
kill
that
another
was
one
just
of you.
one of them.
Yeah.
He's
gotta
like,
go
hey,
for
you're
friends
obviously
a lot.
talking to me. You're not gonna kill me.
Cut off a finger. No, I'm just kidding.
I would, but I'm pretty sure that would kill him.
Why don't we just get a
You,
guard?
you also
stabbed him
think
with a
that
bullet.
like the screaming pain may alert unwanted attention to this alley. 'Cause you guys are just like in the middle of town during the day.
And to be fair, I probably wouldn't let you just come right in front of me. So
I just
You
killed
let
somebody
you let
else
him
right
kill
there.
that guy right in
yeah,
front
I
of
couldn't stop you because you were too fast.
you. You could have
I
because he
missed
missed on the first one.
That's a very good
You
point.
had ample opportunity to stop me.
Like there was probably even a good few seconds pause. Like after that, I was like, "Huh? I fucking missed? Wait, what?"
I mean,
All right.
Let's-
I mean, he doesn't seem like he knows anything else. Like, I don't know what else we would.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you guys get the-
check to see...
Actually,
you guys figure that this Modra character, if he's kind of, it sounds like he's more of a big shot in this thing than most of the people you've dealt with so far. You imagine he's probably smart enough to cover his tracks a little better than everybody else has. So he probably
I'm trying
didn't.
to
He
say.
probably didn't sit this guy down and explain his entire
Yeah.
plan to him.
We
It's
leave.
probably like, hey,
I-
schmuck, you and your buddies
I
get me
still-
this thing. Don't ask fucking questions. Don't even ask me what it is. Just go get it. I'll give you money.
I still
And
want to
women.
like pull out one of the daggers
Women
again
made
and
of
ask
money.
him if it looks familiar. The mark on the dagger,
That's
the
a
one
nice
that I
dagger. Can I
missed
have
him
that?
earlier. You had your chance.
It was in you.
It was in
Or
you.
near you.
Well, you caught it.
It was
Yeah, your
around
chance.
you.
Yeah, no, he
It
doesn't.
is
He
around.
I'm
doesn't seem to.
assuming this means he doesn't know anything.
He doesn't know anything. Hired goons.
Yeah.
Everybody loves hired goons. But you do have a new piece of information. Somebody named Modra.
All right. So what do we want to do with this guy or these guys?
I mean,
I guess
I
we
want
just leave
all
him
of
tied
the
up in the
guards.
alley.
to go to the guards.
I'm gonna turn him into the guards.
Okay. So you guys are gonna drag all of them to the
Does
guards?
he have shoes on?
Are you gonna drag the dead one to the guards too?
Nah, I don't know. I'll be like, I'll
Does he
let
have
Waj
to-
explain
does he-
that one.
Does he have shoes
Yeah,
on?
we'll let the rogue explain it.
Does he have some shoes on? What kind of shoes does he have on?
Yeah, like boots.
I want them.
Hide
Probably
boots.
bigger than your feet.
Okay.
I want them.
No, okay. So you take his shoes. He's like, why are you
That's so
taking my
weird.
shoes?
You're a dick.
Don't ask questions.
I just turn around.
Can I have Steve's shoes then before we go?
No, I'm taking his too.
All
I
right.
don't really understand you.
Okay.
I don't
Not
think
really
anybody
clear what your
does. Jess.
motivations are.
Why do we hang out with this guy?
Can we
I
go?
don't know.
I don't know. Why do you?
Maybe we should just
It's more like
murder
he's
him and
just
get a
tagging
cleric.
along and he's just sort of there now.
I don't want to be here. I want to go back to my library.
Go.
So
Here.
you guys drag 4 out of 5 bandits off to the guards. The
Gotta
guards
let-
like,
gotta let
dirty
Waj explain that
Bill. I knew.
Dirty
Cause-
Bill.
Dirty Bill.
His name is Dirty Bill.
Oh.
Dirty Bill.
I immediately start mocking him about that.
Unwashed Steve in the
What's your last
alley
name,
fell
Tom?
on
It's
his
just
leg.
mockery.
So it's like, Bill. It's like, you've causing trouble. Will you try to like mug these folks? Looks like they got the better
Trying
of
to kill
you.
an old man.
He's like, yeah. It's like, no, don't worry. We'll.
In fact, the old man beat the shit out of him.
It's like, don't worry, Bill. Well, I'm just gonna lock you and your friends up for a while. Maureen and the 9 kids at home, they'll be fine. Like she can
You know
feed
you
them.
tried to kill us, right? I don't think
I thought
locking
it was
him up
10.
for a while is enough.
He tries to kill people like every week. He's not usually all that successful
we
at it.
are in the lower city, in the
I'm gonna look
outer
at the main
city.
guard and the guy at the
So-
time and be like, well, at least you have like one less person to lock up now.
He's like, wait, what?
I have no idea what he's talking about. I have
Like,
no
we
idea
don't know.
what he's
We
talking
don't
about.
know what he's talking about. We just kind of like shove him out the door, just like usher him out real fast. He's crazy. Don't listen to this guy. He's an idiot.
Like, what? I was trying to tell
He bought food and he threw it at someone immediately.
him.
I mean, it wouldn't take too long to find out who stabbed him with the
Yeah.
dagger.
I didn't use the dagger.
No, he used a short sword.
It was a short sword.
Oh, short sword. The only one using a short sword.
Oh, Wacky has a short sword.
Yeah,
She's a
I'm
rapier,
make.
doesn't she?
An
I
adamantine one.
have the short sword, but I do have I use the rapier.
Yeah.
But if you were searched, you would
blade.
have one on you. So you and Louage would get arrested, and everyone else would be like, yeah, fuck off.
Fuck's
Wow.
sake, Lodge.
Well, they would.
What? Fuck you.
So, now what do?
Guess we're going. Actually, we were gonna head to the Mercenary
There.
Barracks, but
There's also the chance that Vodra's probably going to clean up his loose ends and come back and try to kill these guys.
Probably.
Well, I already
Sucks for
did
them.
part of his job.
That's not.
I mean,
Or he'll hire somebody to do it.
yeah, well,
People in charge don't typically get their hands dirty. They get other people to do it.
okay.
It's like
now that
Modra
we
didn't
do-
jump you guys in the alley just to take it. He hired goons.
Bad
Yeah.
ones.
Well, let's
Well, beggars can't be choosy.
let's go to that alley and see if we can rough up some people into talking.
rough up people.
Yep. So, you guys head over to fucking Crime Alley.
Crime Alley.
So,
Sounds about right.
You guys are sort of in this area here now. You're hanging out behind some buildings. There's a few rough-looking people hanging about. You know, you feel sideways glances from some of the people. You see, like, kind of small groups that are just kind of talking or, like, leaning up against buildings and that. Kind of keeping to themselves.
Why are we here again?
That's a good question.
Thought you guys knew.
Dusty wants to rough up some people.
Yeah,
We were
I
on
don't
our
know
way
why.
to the Mercenary Barracks, but
apparently
We,
he's got
uh,
bloodlust now.
We retcon ourselves a short rest while we were doing all that talking.
Short rest is actually taking time to do stuff.
Yeah, if you wanted to, you could go and just find a park
an
to
hour?
sit in.
yeah.
A nice leisurely
Kinda
park.
hurting.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, I
Good.
wanted to come over here to see like what other criminals are over here. We can get them to.
Dad
to
has
work
become
in the tunnel.
Batman. He wants to know where the drugs are going.
Apparently.
Where are the drugs?
Does no one else see where I was going with this?
No, I thought you were looking for Modra.
That's what he's doing. He's
That's
expecting
what I'm
Mojo
trying to do. I want
he's-
to rough up some of the other criminals over there because they might know.
They might.
They're not gonna know.
Right.
Sure.
Well,
Oh,
Well,
I'm sorry.
let's give it a
Then
shot.
someone
Let's give
else
it a
come
shot.
up with the fucking plan.
Not wrong.
well, I mean, I was
Everyone
gonna,
loves their own-
I was gonna start talking
I
about it,
did.
but
Have a plan several times. Just saying.
Then fucking yell at me.
Dado wanders off on his own, starts screaming at criminals.
I follow him.
I arrested Dirty Bill.
I don't want to leave the old man alone.
Stupid idiots.
And I see no one's following me. I just like hobble away.
You hear some mumblings about the. I was like, oh, there's Bill. They took down Bill. This old man. This old man by himself took down Bill. The fuck.
There. More intimidating. We're giving you a street cred.
Dado's street cred increases by 1.
This old professor's street cred.
Yep.
I mean, we're here. We can ask around, but where do we start?
I'm
I thought we were.
not doing anything now. I'm just following.
Let's go.
I thought we were more looking for, the source of the weapons, and got sidetracked.
What? This
Thing
could
that has
lead to
something
the
to do with it, I
fucking
wonder?
Yeah,
weapons.
I mean,
This is the only
We're-
lead we have.
Sorta.
It seems like they'd probably be like
You
related,
all,
but
you
maybe
all
not.
think you got your plans? You do it.
Hi.
I prestidigitation a chair and roll away in it.
Yeah.
That's a.
Did
Very
did
small
they
chair.
have rolling chairs back
invisible
then?
chair.
No, you
More
can only
it's
make
more like a
something
cart.
that fits in your hand.
Dado takes the time to cast Tensor's floating disc.
Fine. Let's talk to these rough-looking dudes.
Okay, you
Big
approach
beefy
you approach a couple rough-looking dudes.
I'll follow
Hot
Joe's.
dudes.
Yeah,
Are they hot dudes?
they have a bit of a gruff charm to them, but not particularly.
Little.
I mean,
little dude,
a few drinks, they may not be too bad, but
Did a little dude come here asking you to do stuff? Like, stuff?
I mean, like
Like
child.
kinky stuff.
No, not a child's. A
Like,
little dude.
Children don't typically come in here.
I mean,
As he's looking down at Cass.
I really don't know how old he was. Probably could have been like
Little
15.
guy, cloak, looked like a ratty looking bastard. Probably had daggers on him.
Old rat bastard.
Old rat bastard.
He probably
Wait,
was wearing sunglasses.
it's like, what are you guys talking about a dark creeper? Like we get a few of
Yeah.
them. We get a few of them in town now and again.
Do you know where they creep to? Is there a dark creepiation where they all hold
Alright.
up and hold hands like a rat king?
What
Whoa,
are you
Splinter.
talking about?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I feel like we're
That's a good
sucking
sign.
at this RB.
Oh, we totally are.
Oh,
He tells you the last time he saw any dark creepers, he said it's like, I don't know, it was like about 3 weeks ago. There was this dark creeper who pops into town from time to time, Modra. He had like a whole squad of his little buddies with him. And they were slinking around town doing something.
Any idea which way they headed?
He's like, I just passed by them in an alley somewhere. Wasn't really paying too much attention to where they were going or what they were doing. Creeped me the fuck out.
You know anything about this
What's in
motor
my
fellow?
name?
He's
Do you
like,
guys know his name,
it's
at
like,
least?
yeah. It's like, maybe I do. I mean, what's it worth to you?
Damn it.
Ricky paid the lady.
I just take out. I take out 10 gold.
You're actually gonna pay him? Alright.
I want
else
this
would we
shit
do?
resolved.
You pay
What, are you
people.
gonna beat him up?
The fastest
That's
way to get
No,
information
I'm-
out of somebody is probably to pay them.
It's just pay them. We have
Alright,
money.
go for it. Go for it.
Just
I ain't
take out
doing it.
$10 and it's like,
As long as
Is
I
this
ain't
worth
doing it.
anything to you?
give them.
So he's like, I don't know much, but said
I love you.
Sorry.
the only things I've really heard, the only things that I've really heard about Modra is that apparently he brokers weapons and armor, throughout the city. That he met up with a Shatterkai witch about a month ago. Some say that she was doing a deal for weapons, and apparently she was spotted hanging out with Tusk, leader of some orc band in the mountains, or not in the mountains, in the forest. There's no mountains near here. There's a mountain. It's not that. He said last time anyone I know saw Modra, said he was looking like he was on the run from something. Some job that went bad.
Bad, huh?
I hope we don't run into the Tusk guy.
I hope we don't run into that witch. Oh, wait.
Will not be a problem
Alright.
for anyone. Okay, well,
We are getting
maybe
no
go,
information.
yeah, maybe go talk to the guard
Which-
captain about it all.
Which
Can I?
woods to the
I'm gonna insight
east-west?
check him to see if that's all he knows.
Yep.
Yeah.
As far as you can tell, he's being forthcoming with his information. He seemed to spill the beans pretty quick when you gave him all that money. You feel like he wasn't expecting you to give him that much. That you may have overpaid, so you kind of feel like he told you everything he could.
Right.
Maybe he
forest
believes
up
in
to-
fair trade.
Which forest was he talking about?
Oh, it's
The
I don't know where Tusk's lair is. Tusk's lair is like somewhere.
For the rain.
I mean,
All for time. I
people
don't
probably
have
know where the
Neverwinter's
wolves come
map
from.
memorized. He's
He's
like, yeah, Tusk's lair is somewhere, deep in the forest east of the city. But I hear they're always on the move.
No.
Word was Tusk was banding a lot of the orcs together for something. Hope they don't plan on raiding the city. That'd be bad
God,
times.
that'd be awful.
That'd be really
That'd be
bad.
terrible.
That'd be very bad.
Somebody should stop them.
That's a good idea. You know
Oh,
anybody?
You want to lay down a
You!
little thicker there?
You should do it.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I couldn't. I got like 3 kids at home to feed.
Everybody's got kids. Oh, Jesus.
Come on, man. I believe in you. I believe in your skills.
You feel like you've exhausted all the dialogue options that this individual has to offer you.
Yeah.
You keep asking him questions, and he keeps just repeating answers. You're like, oh, we exhausted all of his dialogue.
Modra, the Dark
Alright.
Creeper.
Alright. Whew.
We can possibly ask if Captain knows any whereabouts of Tusk's old camp. There might be clues there too.
Could do that. Yeah.
We could try. Last time I feel like he's mentioned that he doesn't know anything though. But we could try.
So you guys are heading back to Dragon's Gauntlet.
Well, if Modra peddles wares around town, does he? I don't know. We never asked him if he peddled it to stores or if he peddled it to random people, did we?
Well, the guy seemed to have told you everything he knew.
Okay. Then yeah, we could probably ask Belgard because we never asked him about Modra. We never talked about Modra, did we?
Yeah.
Belgard.
We didn't know who he was, so.
Well, we didn't know. I don't even think we knew what he was. We just said no. We didn't say anything about the little dude.
No, we haven't.
No, we didn't. Because we mentioned the big thing that happened.
Yeah.
Alright, we go back then. Go.
Yep. So you guys start making your way out. As you pass out of the alley, you guys start leaving the alley back towards the street, and you hear a voice sort of behind you and off to the side that says, "Looking for Modra, are you?"
What?
It's unwashed Eunice.
And you turn and see.
Oh, rat bastard.
There we go. You see
I'll
Modra.
fucking kill him.
Probably the quickest
Convenient.
search ever.
Need to change the tag so that you can see it. You see a female half-elf, garbed in leather armor. Yeah. Garbed in leather armor with a longbow, like, strapped around her chest, and a green cloak. It's like if you guys are trying to, investigate in secret, you're doing a very bad job of it.
I didn't know we were supposed to be secret.
Yeah, right?
You stand out quite well in this town.
Thank you.
Thank you. With my fancy cloak.
We think that's a compliment?
I do.
So
Alright, who are you then?
she tells you that my name is Renus. I am also looking for Modra. I'm not sure what your reasons are for finding him, but perhaps we can compare notes.
We're allied.
Okay.
Alright, but first I want to kind of like maybe... I want to do an insight check to see if this chick's like on the up and up, Sense that... Do I feel like her intentions are... I want to say pure, but pure?
Genuine?
You gonna
More
fuck
like-
us?
Or like, is she going to betray... Yeah, exactly. Like, does
We-
she seem shady?
We know what you mean. Just roll it.
Okay, rolling it.
Hey.
You don't think that she's, like, evil and playing you, but you sense that she does have some kind of deep-seated motive for finding Modra. Like, the way she kind of talks about him. You feel like she has some kind of score to settle or something.
Boulder killed her family.
And I guess that's fine. I mean, no big deal. Alright. Bryn, this is her...
Given that we have no other leads, yes.
Yep.
That
Sure.
would be fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have much.
Yeah. We found him in the sewers.
So, she tells you that's, like, well, what have you found out so far?
Looking for us.
That
It's like, why would he be looking for you? And
Everybody's like,
she just grabs one of you. She's like, "Are you working for Modra?"
I just give a big sigh. I was like, who has the key again?
I do.
I just kind of give you a look. And
I have the parchment I could give
show
her.
Oh yeah, do that. Too.
I'll give her the letter and tell her that we encountered some bandits that were sent after us, and these are the orders that we found on the
She
boss.
kind of looks at the picture, and then she kind of like holds it like upside down and like sideways. She's like, "What is this? I don't even understand what this thing is."
I'll take the
Oh, it's just a
parchment back.
picture? I thought it was labeled.
No,
Looking for
there's a
Beth
note.
Key.
There was
No,
a note
there
on
was a crude drawing of the key on the parchment. Basically,
Oh,
like
was there
just
not
like a
was there not
crude
note?
like illustration of it, and basically the note was return this. Basically, it's like find this and return it to me immediately.
I'll pull out the key and be like, it's supposed to look like this.
I'll take the parchment back now.
She's like, "Oh, fuck is that?"
We don't know.
We don't know.
We were hoping maybe you
but-
could shed some light on that.
We don't know, but it apparently has some sort of importance to Modra.
She just kind of like tilts it back and forth in her hand and looks at it. She's like, "Well, it's. I mean, there's runes carved all over it. It's obviously magical in some way, or I don't know. If it's important to Modra, I would suggest hanging on to it and not letting him get his hands on it, whatever it is.
Yeah,
If
she
he's
turned
looking
into
for
a
it, it's
fire.
obviously not good."
That's a fantastic suggestion.
Well, we were
Thanks.
hoping
Thanks for
to
that.
use.
Not to
Key
mention, the longer we hold on to it, the more likely he's going to attack us.
All
And
right,
then we'll have
so
him.
info traded. What's your story? What do you know about him?
She tells you that I met a dark creeper, in an alley, in sort of the back of Scar Alley, looking like he'd been in the fight to end them all. and he'd been working. He said he'd been working for this Modra when it happened. For like a quart of beer, he told me that He told me if I was looking for him, I'd better be fast. That somebody else is hunting him down. Someone looking to kill him. And then she just kind of like sort of not glare. She kind of squints like at all of you.
Is that us?
Just again, you tell me.
I honestly.
It's like the creeper didn't know where Modra was, but he'd heard him talk about some Tradestown, he heard him talk about some Tradestown ale house called the Happy Beggar.
You beggar. Alright.
Okay. Go there.
Go there.
Interesting.
I don't know what to make of this.
Have you been there?
He's like, no, I haven't. I decided
Wasn't
to.
that convenient?
I
He's in
decided
deeper
I would.
people than us, so.
I decided I would try and see if I could figure out who's hunting Modra, and then I happened to run to see you people, asking about Modra, seeming quite determined to find him. Are you the ones that he talked about?
Us.
We just found out
could be
his
wrong.
name like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, we just.
Longer than that, because you guys took a short rest.
I also have no concept of time.
Okay.
Your character flaws.
Yeah. It's been like 30 minutes.
So she tells you, it's like, I've asked around, and apparently the Happy Beggar is down in the warehouse district. From what I was told, it's, people kind of laughed at me when I asked about it. So it's the type of place that you'd want to stay at if you find like group reading of like Helm's scriptures to be like an entertaining evening. Actually, it wouldn't be Helm. What would it be? What
Here?
would it be?
Here.
Here's the
No,
other god in here.
I think it would be a Vondra more than anything else.
Oh, someone of trade.
No, someone of like
Thick heels, guys.
Yep.
Hey,
Well,
mine
luckily
was
we get your
perfect.
+6, so.
Goddess of
Go with
Peace.
it.
No.
Oh yeah.
No.
As long as she's playing.
Yeah, I would have done it.
Poetry and
Mine
Song,
was
Goddess of
second wind.
Magic. Illyrra, no.
So
Basically,
yeah,
I'm trying to think of what would be the god of like taking care of. Bishaba, the goddess of misfortune. That, but like the misfortunate, not misfortune itself.
Vondra's locked.
So what did she say about this tavern that the creeper said
It's-
that?
She said it's basically. She alluded to the fact that it's basically a poorhouse, is what she kind of found out about it. That
Oh.
it's not a tavern per se. It's like a hostel, where, basically like a religious hostel.
I mean, more like did the creeper mention this to her, right?
Yep.
Why did he do that?
Because she helped him, basically. Because she found him like dying, and she like helped, basically saved his life.
So he didn't say anything about it. He just mentioned it.
He said he didn't know where to find him. She said, like, I don't know where to find Modra, but I heard him talking about. But he told him, he's like, basically like the best clue that she could get out of him was like, I heard Modra talk about the Happy Beggar.
Okay.
So it's either
Alright then.
Let's head
he
down there
was
then.
out of staying there, or he possibly does business out of there, or something.
Alright, let's go to
There's a connection.
We'll figure it out. Maybe.
Next time.
Alright, let's go then.
Does she want to come along?
She's not leaving.
Imagine she would come with us.
It's not that she's like waiting for you to offer, it's that she's assuming that you're coming with her.
Oh, okay.
Like, this was her information. So she'd be like, this is the information I got on Modra, who I'm also looking for. Okay, see, I'm gonna go home. You guys find him instead.
You never
Yeah.
know.
So
You might get hit dice.
she takes you guys down Let's say right here. So, sandwiched in between a couple of warehouses in sort of a big warehouse block, you find a rundown-looking single-story building. It's like very whitewashed and rundown-looking. Not to the point where it looks like it needs to be condemned, but it's not. Yeah, it's not in the greatest shape. Sign on the sign above the door that says "Happy Beggar" is like flaked and fading. Yeah, this place does not look like it is in the best of shape. I'm assuming you all go in.
Yep.
To the Happy Beggar.
I'm assuming she goes in as we're staring at this, and we're like, oh yeah, we gotta go in.
So
There we go. I'm gonna hobble up.
You need a seat, Dusty?
Yeah, I'm gonna sit over here.
So, as you guys sort of start walking in, you see.
Oh my god.
Now you know what it feels like to be a halfling.
Yeah, I wanted it to be a little bit. I wanted a little bit more room in here, so I stretched it a little big.
Hey, to be fair, maybe they have like large-sized people, so
So-
Maybe they have giant chairs.
You see an older man.
carrying a plate of meat.
Yeah, he's not really clearing a plate of meat, but I'll also say, well, okay. So you guys come in. The atmosphere inside. I'm losing all my. I should have put my notes up here instead. That would have been a smarter idea. The atmosphere. Oh, fuck you.
Atmosphere.
Atmosphere. My words started to fall apart because I accidentally closed the thing by hovering over my the window key on my tablet. Stupid fucking Samsung bullshit. Okay. So, atmosphere inside is basically as dingy and disgusting as like the outside. You enter a big plain common room. You see about a dozen patrons, like miserable looking, just down on their luck patrons. Most of them are like asleep in their chairs. A couple of them seem to be like carrying mugs or like moving things back and forth, almost as volunteers. Behind the bar, or what would be the bar, you see sort of an older woman that's like brewing tea in like a teapot, and then a similarly dressed male, like to the woman. He kind of comes limping up the stairs to the west there, and he comes and greets you with a big smile on his face. He says, "Greetings. It's like you're just in time for tea and songs of devotion. Please join us."
By the way,
I like tea.
Not
I'm
my
just on
type
the
of
verge of
songs,
falling
but
into-
it
Not my
it
type
could
of
be
music.
Bathsheba because apparently she wants worship in Get Rid of Bad Luck too.
oh, if it's Bathsheba, then I'm gonna have a problem with this place.
She demanded worship to keep her bad luck at bay. Perfect. Church music. This is fucking not Sunday school. What is it called? I can't remember what churches use.
I'm just gonna continue to call it Helm because simplicity. And everybody worships Helm in Helm's Hold. I love it.
It's
Fucking love him here.
Yeah, if it was Bathsheba, I'd have a problem.
Well, you can worship an evil god to get rid of.
Well,
bad luck.
it's not going to be an evil god. They seem like good people. They're worshiping a good god. They're helping the poor.
Alright, well,
It's like-
you're here.
Comes over to Bones like, have you heard the good word about Jesus Christ?
Jesus.
Like, yes,
first
you've
one.
heard of him. Let me tell you all about him.
I'm like, yeah.
And you do magic.
Yeah, and I do magic. I
What
think
planet
they
is
like-
light up.
He's like, please have a seat anywhere you like. I must help my wife. I must help my wife Osma with the tea. He tells you,
Okay.
my name is Prashant.
Nice to meet you.
My name is Cassiopeia. About.
I'm just falling asleep in the chair.
So
He walks 50 feet to go get tea.
So, as you guys sort of like come in and sort of start like looking around for a place to sit, you see an old man sitting alone. He kind of hunched over with kind of a tattered cloak, and he's sort of watching you. Once he catches, once you guys notice and catch your gaze, you can see that he appears to be human or half elf, but his face seems to be like deeply scarred by ravages of disease. And then you see him like pull out like a dirty handkerchief out of his pocket. He starts like wetly coughing into it, and then he kind of like looks over to you and he beckons you guys over to his table to sit down.
His consumption.
Is it this guy here?
That's it. It's the well-dressed old man.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have a lot of choice when you're looking for old people tokens. I didn't really want to make him the Dado's avatar. That would be too confusing. Rhaenys will also stay. I guess the rest of you can stand.
Dusty's probably napping.
Yeah, Dusty's probably asleep.
Yeah, I'm sleeping.
All right.
Gonna wake me up.
So he says, "My name is Brunette. What brings you to, you don't seem like the typical clientele of this kind of establishment. What brings you here?"
Is Rhaenys just waiting for us to talk, I take it?
Yeah. Yeah, she's also decided to make you guys do the work. Can't let the NPCs do all the work for you.
Wow, it was her lead. I expected her to talk.
Expected me to do all the work for you guys?
No.
That ain't gonna
Her
happen.
doing the work, not you.
Maybe you think that Rhaenys is very nervous around strangers that she's not suspicious of. And she's or ugly, scarred-looking old people make her really uncomfortable, and she seems to have lost her
looking for
words.
somebody. I will tell them that.
We're looking for a dark creeper. Mention this place.
It's like any dark creeper in particular?
Does the name Modra mean anything to you?
He just kind of looks at you a bit, and he's like, "Yes." It's like, "I know the one you mean. A dark creeper. None as dark as him, or so I've heard. Time was he used the Happy Beggar as a meeting place, but I'd reckon he hasn't been seen here in 2 years or more. I ran him off one time myself. I might not look it, but I fought dark creepers in the mountains as a younger man. Like sell sword to a dozen lords I was.
As he just
Much
keeps
as yourselves, I'd wager. Adventurers all have a price, eh?"
I think we're more about
feeling that he
orcs.
just went up there and started killing dark creeper kids. I'm cleansing this land.
As he's as he finishes his story, he just starts
years.
wetly coughing again into his big mottled handkerchief.
I'm really
you
glad I'm
ill?
not sitting next to him.
Is this?
Good
It's
question.
like, I'm not as young as I once was.
Is it a disease? Or an illness?
I don't
Or just-
know.
Oldness?
It's probably just oldness.
Great.
Well, maybe he's intended to
finally
come
wake
back
up.
here. Maybe he's intending
Oh
to
god, they're talking
come back
about
here
me.
after his 2-year-long stint.
So Bernat just kind of sees Dusty
I'll
sidle up, and he's like, "Welcome to the table, young man.
thank
It's
you.
good to see you."
Has there been anyone else in here looking for Modra?
It's like, again, Modra hasn't been seen here in 2 years or more. Like, I'm quite a regular visitor to this place. I mean, it's not the liveliest place in the world, but
Sitting next
it's
to the rogue.
it's not the liveliest place, but I enjoy the tea. And Osma and Prashant are very, very welcoming and kind hosts.
seem like it.
Well, since no one else was, I'm gonna check to see how truthful he was on that 2-year thing
Yep.
with my -1. Oh, sweet.
Nice.
You always trust the elderly and everything they say.
I had pretty much trust everyone.
To be fair, I actually do that. That's one of my things. So
There you go.
You don't seem like the old man seems to be just pretty friendly and seems to be like your typical just
an
old
old
man
guy.
that's like happy to have young people come and talk to him.
Is this a cult?
No, it's
Cult of Helm.
It's just he just kind of like leans in. He's like, Prashant and Ozma they take their religious devotion very seriously, and it's
That's
scared away the odd patron from time to time, but those who end up here are fellow worshippers and enjoy having a nice place to get away from the hustle and bustle of the city. Surely you've probably, in your travels through Helm's Hold, have seen that it's not all parts of the city are gleaming, happy places. There are some bad parts of this town.
that sounds about right.
Speaking of bad parts of town, I mean, alongside looking for this Modra character, we're actually looking for something a bit bigger than that. A weapons manufacturer, and I'll show him one of my daggers. I mean, you're
Old?
What are you looking for?
He finished and just said,
I tried not to be
old?
rude about it.
The
You're-
word is wise.
You're
Well-traveled.
old.
He's
Would you-
You're well old. Like
You're
you're pretty
you have to
pretty
know
old.
anything
I
about
mean,
this mark.
Well traveled is what you call an old hooker.
he's like, this does seem to be very, yes, exquisite craftsmanship. Where did you find such a thing? It's
In a dirty suit.
Our back.
In my back, yeah.
like, well, you should try to catch daggers like this more often, child. It's very, like, this would probably fetch a pretty penny.
Daggers in my back.
Like, I don't.
Alright.
Is it worth something?
He has no idea.
It's like, well, I would say it's probably worth a bit more than the common dagger you'd find at just any old market stall here in town.
Are there any people that are buying well-crafted items?
It's like, oh, I wouldn't possibly know that. I'm far too old. Which is the best response I could come up with. He's like, I'll admit, in my younger days, in my younger days, back when I was a young man like this dusty fella, I would be into mixing it up with a lot of you, hunting down whatever brigands you're trying to find. But and then he just starts like hacking and coughing again. He's like, but those days are behind me, I'm afraid.
He didn't know anything either, huh?
I'm gonna take a quick glance around the room. Does anyone seem like they know? Like, this guy's. Is he like. He's differently dressed than the others in here, is he?
That's because he was the guy that wanted to talk to you. I wanted an old man.
Can I do a perception check to see if anyone else in the room is like looking at us in an interesting way?
Especially when we say Modra.
Woo!
Nice,
Not
dude.
particularly. Most people seem asleep, and like
You are.
as an expert of being asleep, you're pretty sure they're not faking it either. Everyone in here just seems really just out of it.
Yeah.
And Bernat, like as you guys are kind of just finishing up your conversation, he says, "Well, my tea is finished, and I must be home. So, but I'll give you one last piece of advice." And he like slowly kind of like gets up from his chair. And he says, whenever you find this Modra, heed me. He is a black-hearted one. Make no mistake. Strike no bargains with him. Kill him quickly before he gets the chance to return the favor.
Oh, damn.
Okay,
That's
And
gonna really
solid
conflict
advice.
with Bones.
And then he starts to limp off. Kind of leans on his cane and he kind of hobbles out the door. And
Alright.
he hobbles out the door and he's gone. And like once Marissa, you see not Marissa, you see Rhaenys. She's kind of like watching him leave. She's like, I ain't buying it. Like that. There's no way it's been 2 years since. There's no way it's been 2 years since Motor's been in here. Like that creeper that I saved, I am positive he wasn't lying. And there's no way that he was talking about a job with Modra years ago. Like it was recent. Like he has been here recently. I know it.
Maybe that old guy was working with Modra, and he's going to meet him.
Do we follow?
Damn.
She's like, I think we need to check this place out.
This place or his
I would
place?
agree.
No, it's just, like
This
this
place.
place.
Yes.
Place. Okay. All right, I'm down.
Okay.
Ask to use the washroom. Well, I'll do it.
We asked like what's down these,
Seven.
or is it down or up?
So then
Is it down?
Prashant,
Yeah, down or up.
Down.
Prashant finally like comes wandering over with like a tray of tea. And he brings you like 7 mugs. Like they're kind of they're a little dirty. Well, maybe not dirty, but they're cracked and like just washed out looking mugs. But they're clean. There's tea in them. And he's like, enjoy. And he kind of hobbles back over to his wife. Yeah. Yeah.
I just look at it. I'm drinking that.
No, don't try.
I sip it a
Yeah.
little bit.
It's not bad. It's kind of bland, but it's fine. It's hot.
I'm always out for tea. I'll take some.
I'll
It
sip
is
it.
a
Find it.
beverage.
Find it's a little bland, and I'll use prestidigitation to make it taste like vanilla tea or something.
Okay. Then all of you fall asleep and die. No,
I was like,
just
you
tea.
can make tea taste good. I want you to do
I'll
that
just
to me all
leave
the
the,
time.
I can make
mine
anything
there.
taste good. I can
Yeah.
make.
So you guys enjoy some of you enjoy your tea. Some of you just feverishly look around the room.
Tolerate it.
Rhaenys kind of seems to be slowly like sipping her tea and like.
Looking around for.
Yeah, she's looking around, but like far less obviously than you guys probably are. Like you see her more like
looking at
looking
the
out of
people.
like the corner of her eyes, where like you guys are just like whipping your heads. Like, What's what?
Be subtle.
What's that? What's that over there?
All
Like,
is
what?
this up or downstairs?
That downstairs.
Okay, maybe we should send our Rouge downstairs to take a little looky Lickerton.
Use the bathroom excuse.
There doesn't seem to be a bathroom.
Can we ask?
Go use
Can we
the
just ask
bathroom.
what's down there? I mean, it seems to be just open.
You probably could. I don't know. Are you gonna
I'll
do
go
that?
ask.
I would
the,
just go, like, don't make it yourself suspicious.
Wait.
Just pretend like you
Are
own it.
they like? I mean, I could like try to distract them. I mean, they're singing like church music now, right? I could play some
Not
music.
quite. It's not quite hymn time yet.
They're
Oh, thank
busy.
God.
Get
Soon.
down there. Get down there.
They're probably waiting for Jeremy in the corner there to wake up, so because he plays like the lute.
I'm not in the corner.
Alright, well, I'm gonna start tooting my lute.
So,
Tooting your loot.
Tuning my lute.
tuning.
See.
And you hear Prashant like sort of exclaim from like, "Oh, are you going to lead us in our hymns? Bless you, child."
Unfortunately, it's gonna have to be a solid no. I don't happen to know any of them.
So we would love to teach them to you.
Really? That'd be fantastic. Oh God.
Look what you got yourself into.
Like that really
Just,
uncomfortable
uh,
awkwardness where you don't want to like
So,
insult the old people.
Lawaj-
You're like, eh.
It's a
Lawaj is
distraction.
like hanging out in the kitchen, and
Where are they?
you know
I'll go
there's
over.
the woman at the table sees you, kind of like just standing randomly in the kitchen. She's like, "Oh, are you here to? Did you also volunteer to help out in the kitchen? Great. These
Trays?
pots over here need scrubbing." It's like, well, come on now, come on. They're not going to scrub themselves.
You're just gonna stare at it.
I also think
Lodge
Lalage is muted.
Lodge is muted.
Wondering, I was like, is he just okay?
Pots here, where, whatever.
Yeah,
I don't
there's
do
pots
pots.
everywhere.
You don't do pot.
So Lalage is now scrubbing pots in the kitchen.
Then the rogue.
Wacky is preparing to learn some
I
hymns.
I guess I am now.
I'm just laughing.
I'm just contemplating my
Ridiculous.
life. Like,
I used to
I'm gonna.
teach-
I'm just gonna go sit down and meditate.
He's just gonna do nothing.
I just I got nothing.
Just sit back in this chair and meditate.
Chris. Listen, I mean, if these people are gonna teach me and it's gonna distract them, fine. We're just waiting for our rogue to do stuff.
Rogue, go do rogue things.
Yeah, he's just
I'm
kind of.
gonna try and open
Guess
the
I'll like come
door.
over here.
So, unfortunately, you've kind of moved around a lot. So, I'm gonna say that you've made it to the door stealthily. But and she seems to be engrossed in like scrubbing some pots, not really paying much attention to you. So, what do you want to do?
Try and unlock. I want to try and open the door stealthily.
It
Damn.
seems to be locked.
Damn it. Did she notice?
I start playing louder.
No.
Okay. Then I'll try and.
She does.
unlock
Yeah,
the
she's not
door.
like actively. She doesn't seem to be like trying to keep an eye on you or anything like that. She's just going about her like volunteer work, scrubbing pots. Like nobody in here seems to be really paying much attention to anything that any of you are doing. Like nobody seems to really
All the
care.
nothing that we are doing.
can I jiggle this door handle up here?
You sure can.
Anything to open?
It is unlocked.
Okay.
Do you wish to open it?
I will try to stealthily open it.
I'm gonna stand in front of the two people at the bar and like talk about Helm.
So
Ask them about Helm lore.
Dusty's
Tell me about
basically
the
like
doors.
you get like the door like halfway open, and then it just makes this loud like crack and like kind of skips on the hinges, and then you hear Prashant like sort of yell back from the thing. He's like, "Yes, that door is always doing that. I think there's something wrong with the hinge."
Oh,
Yeah.
so I was just
Do these
looking
people
for
actually give a
something.
fuck?
Probably not.
Probably. Maybe
So
they're all.
Lawaj, you manage to pick the lock.
Okay. Now.
The lock did not seem terribly difficult. You don't imagine like it didn't look to you like this was some really fancy lock for like keeping some secret thing hidden. It just seemed like just a mundane, easy to pick lock.
I'm still gonna stealthily open the door. No, I'm not. I'm just gonna open the door.
So you kind of
My
creak
goodness.
the door open, and you find a collapsed cellar. So you see, basically, it kind of looks like a passageway that may have led to a cellar or something underneath, but it seems to be just like a collapse has like just filled it with rubble.
So it used to be important.
So you see, as like the woman comes by, she's like, "Oh yes," it's like, "Yeah, this, like we think this, you know, like apparently there was some accident long ago and, you know, collapsed the cellar. Perhaps that's why Prashant and Osma got it for such a bargain. Or actually not got, but perhaps like that's why their rent is so cheap."
I'm gonna do an investigation
And
check
I
on
gotta-
this desk over here.
And she's gonna go over and just start like, you know, frying pan.
Cleaning. Where's she cleaning?
She's now cleaning stuff at the thing that looks like a stove. Dusty, you just see, you don't see much. There's some like quills, some ink, There's all sorts of scriptures and different religious tomes regarding Helm. You see written out scores for various hymns. A lot of them seem to be filled out in like. There seems to be like a couple of dozen copies of each, like they were meant to be like passed out.
This is a church.
Okay, can I check the chest here as well? I'm gonna do another roll for it.
Sure. Yeah, you
Okay.
bust it open. You find more just clothes. It seems to just be a hope chest. You find some sort of ratty old blankets and some clothes that look an awful lot like what Asma and Prashant are wearing.
I'm going to talk to this lady. I'm gonna be like, "Hey,
I closed the door.
I don't
behind
really understand
Yep.
why you're cleaning with your hands. You just do this, and with very exaggerated movements and words, I'll cast prestidigitation on like a pot and clean it, or a frying pan and clean it.
She cut
Sword in the stone.
because
It's very handy.
she just kind of scowls at. She's like, Helm teaches us that hard work is good for the soul. That cheating at our daily chores is not the way to live one's life.
Mistra teaches me that a job done is done faster. A done faster is better.
A job done is
So-
faster.
A job done is faster.
Well played.
Fantastic. So Lawaj, you, I'm guessing, are opening that door.
Open the door.
So-
It's pantry.
It is the larder.
So I noticed Dusty going into the back room and ask him
It's
what he
useless.
found. I'm gonna ask what he found just so I know.
It's just a bunch of clothing and books with the music.
So yeah,
in it.
inside the larder you see oats,
It's
barley,
nothing.
and large amounts of like a kind of mundane quality tea.
I'm gonna go over to Renis and ask her if she really thinks that this place has anything.
She's like, there's got to be something here. You guys are just terrible at looking for things.
Then why don't you look for
Well, we
something?
looked at, we
Because-
looking. If we're so bad,
And then she like leans in and whispers in your ear, because I secretly know where everything is.
I'm a DM character.
Well, there's nothing in this
You know
room
what?
that I
I'm
can
gonna
take,
have-
so I was gonna.
I got the rubble, I guess.
I'm gonna have fucking Jafar
So-
go over and talk to the bar people. He's just gonna like distract them basically so I can do stuff.
So he's just gonna like dancing bear in front of the.
He's like
Yeah.
discussing
Dancing bear.
the history of
I don't know.
Helm with them at this point.
I'm checking for
Okay,
secret doors
I know
all
why
over.
you're laughing now. I was like, yeah, that reference doesn't work anymore. Thanks,
That's a wrong
porn, for
thing.
ruining everything.
Yeah.
Thanks, porn,
As
for
Jafar
ruining
starts getting
everything.
naked.
He just pulls out a big stuffed bear head, puts it on his head, and just starts gyrating around in front.
Yeah.
I want to get over here and see if anyone's actually caring that I'm going down this way.
Nope, nobody gives a shit. Especially since like 2 of your party has already done that. I don't know what
Yeah.
Lawaj is doing.
I was
Fucking
gonna
what is down?
perception
What is
check
down
to
here? Let
see
me
if I
see.
can tell why it fell.
How old are these rocks?
I don't know why. Guys, this is
It basically just looks like a passageway, and the passageway is full of rocks.
Well, I did my part. I stealthed in here, but no one gave a fuck that I was in here.
Oh
I'm
my
just gonna wait.
god.
I'm done.
I mean,
Okay,
people seem
I'm-
like they're nice. You want to just ask them? Like,
What if?
maybe you should trust people.
Hang on. I'm gonna go down here. I want to look. I want to like just like look through the rocks. That's not what I want to say, but investigate this area a bit more closely.
Wacky
more
is
hands-on.
trying to peer through the rocks themselves.
Yeah. I'm just like throwing rocks aside, seeing
Um,
if there's anything underneath it.
Yeah, you think that looking at it and kind of the way that like the rocks are kind of piled, you think that the pile seems a little too it seems a little too perfect. It almost looks like the whole pile itself was arranged by hand. Like it doesn't look random enough to you, or it looks maybe too purposely random.
Is there like little tiny gaps in the rocks?
There probably is, but then there's more rocks behind them.
Yeah.
But
I was gonna
I don't
say,
know.
like,
There's no way we're getting through this. So,
Oh,
but there's
give
there's
me.
what looks like
Well,
there's
I'll
back here.
to finish Jez's inquiry. Give me a perception check, Jez.
wait. Yeah. And what I wanted to do is send my familiar Kano around the rocks. See if we can
I
find
will
path
say it
through.
does look like you're not sure. Like you see, like some footprints have been kind of like kicked up in the dust. You're not sure if they're Lawage's or somebody else's. So because like 2 or 3 of you now have like kind of come in and out of this place.
Mm-hmm.
Are there smaller footprints, maybe?
I don't know. Give me a check.
Black
Investigation or perception?
Yeah, I'll take either one.
I think I have a bigger bonus for this one. Nope, never mind.
Nope.
Wow, you guys are bad. You do think that there are probably some footprints that look smaller than Lawage's. You force Lawage to take off one of his shoes and you start comparing it.
One of his weird man shoes now.
I mean,
I'm wearing them.
I'm gonna like step in the footprints and like follow the footprints right into the rocks.
You like bonk your head against the wall.
Yeah.
So you notice that it seems to lead you to like a big slab of stone, like a big huge chunk of rock.
I'm going to walk into the chunk of rock.
Okay.
Don't walk into it.
And you basically push up against it, and it swivels open, and revealing a narrow passage behind it.
I wasn't expecting that. I was actually expecting invisible wall or
Nope.
something like
You
that.
find a physical wall.
I'm too used to secrets being magical that
Is
I
it
don't
dark?
expect.
It is definitely dark down the passage.
Can I see anything with my dark vision?
You see that it descends quite steeply for 50 feet or so at least, and then it kind of curves to the east a little bit, and you kind of lose track of, then you just like hit a wall and you can't really tell what's beyond that. But it descends quite sharply and for a while, and then you lose track of where it goes.
I will.
Rhaenys kind of finally wanders over. It's like, did you find anything?
Yes.
It's like, that looks like something.
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna go
something.
back and tell the others. Found something.
But like, if we all go down here and don't come out, then it's still gonna be suspicious, even if they don't give a shit now.
I can lock the door back.
Rhaenys
Yeah, I don't
offers.
think it's gonna be any better.
Rhaenys offers, like, I can stay here and try and distract them and cover for you as long as I can.
I hear they like music regarding Helm.
It's like, I will do my best. I
Helm.
was the best
There's some-
singer. I was the best singer in Ranger School.
Elm's the god. Good god.
Have
Yes,
Jafar
he is.
ample over. Alright.
I take it you guys are going into the passage.
Let's
Yeah.
close that door. I mean, the girl already saw you go into it, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Are you taking Dusty and Marissa with you?
Are they coming with
That's
us?
what I would have went back.
No one
That's
has.
what I was-
No one's.
Yes,
talked
yes,
about
went
it
back.
in here.
Guess what?
You guys went
I
back.
said I'm
Wow.
gonna go back. I just didn't want to move my character.
Rhaenys like loudly puts her mug back on the table, and then when Dusty wakes up, she's like, it's like I think your friends are leaving without you.
This wall over here, there's no secret
will
doors,
sit up.
nothing. I would know. This one at nothing.
Alright, let's go. Let's go.
What do they find over here?
I don't know if it's on physical on the map, and I actually have to go to.
Well, Dusty, I was like, I don't know where you're going.
I see me.
Oh, there we are.
You close the door behind you, and Rhaenys decided to stay behind, so she's not here.
Wacky, how about some light?
Who wants to be
I could give it to Pyro and then move him around, but
There you go. Perfect idea.
okay.
At
Big
least it's
armored
not.
man walking around in a in a presumably hideout for sneaky things.
At least he's not distracted.
Alright, I'll give it to Pyro.
I
I'll move
mean,
him around.
you're not gonna sneak around with a big bright thing on you, so give it to him because he's not gonna be sneaking around anywhere.
I mean, anyone that's not looking our way.
Oh, it's gonna be kind of messed up because I have dark vision, but Pyro does not.
Oh yeah.
So I could.
Um.
Whatever. I'm just gonna say I see it.
This is what
Or
you guys
Jafar.
find down here? Some dirty old cave.
Dirty old cave indeed.
Zooming all
Bro.
over the
So
place.
anybody that starts to head down the passage, give me acrobatics checks
Oh, thank God.
because it is quite steep.
Damn it.
I'm waiting for Jafar
Yeah, I'm
and Lawaj as well. Okay, Lawaj.
If Shafar crits us again, go mad. Nope.
So
6-0.
Lawaj, you and Wacky managed to kind of hold your footing as you're kind of almost slipping down this steep descent. Like we're talking like 30, 40 degree decline. Like this thing's steep. On the other hand, though, the heavily armored paladin just face plants, and he starts sliding down this passage that's really only wide enough for one person. So I'm gonna need both of you to make dexterity saving throws to see if he just bowls you down to the bottom with him.
Even when he's not here, Pyro is fucking us up.
Fucks everything up.
So neither of you quite managed to dodge this paladin death ball of this is hilarious. And
Indiana Jones.
It's like the Wanti Temple.
do do do
Oh God, I can see
do
outside
do
the
do do. You guys go crashing down all the way to the bottom. You
like a
all
Wanti
take 2 points of bludgeoning damage from the smacking into the fall. The bright light, the bright lit up boulder, man boulder, and the crashing and the noise and the flavin attracts the attention of 5 very large, very angry bats
Oh shit.
with big hooked blades for tails, and it is time to roll initiative.
Hook bats.
Oh my lord.
Where'd they go?
Pyro, why'd you fuck things again?
You basically saw me and Watch start down, and then Pyro just like tripped, and then they were screaming all the way down,
It was
slowly
like a-
getting
it was-
further
it was like-
away.
It was like a snowball.
Wait, so you guys went over the other side?
We're at the bottom of this like
So,
path ramp now.
4 Shadow Hunter bats.
Funny story. I can't see shit now.
Well,
Yeah.
that's not a funny story.
Oh yeah, there goes
That's
the light
not
source.
that's not gonna help your descent down the slippery thing. That's gonna put you at disadvantage for it.
I was just gonna get on my shield and slide down, but
That. So, all 3 of you are also prone. I should have mentioned that before,
nice.
because obviously. So all
thing
3 of
you
you are
can't
prone.
make it.
Pyro, you get up first. These bats, I'll say they've swooped down. The cavern's not extremely tall, probably about 15 feet tall where you are. You also know the 3 of you, since the 3 of you can see, especially because of Pyro's light, you notice that the natural stone cavern is cut in half by a cliff, and that the southern half of it just descends into darkness. There are stalagmites and stalactites everywhere, and yeah, that's about all you
Pyro.
can see.
Pyro stands up, he moves, goes into total defense.
Yep.
Total. That's not what I meant to say. But you get the idea.
Yeah, so he dodges. Lawaj.
I'm gonna stand up.
Stand up.
I'm gonna shoot bat.
Do it. Shoot
Yeah.
that bat. That bat. That bat is shot. Which one are you shooting? The one closest to you?
The pyro.
Well, he's not really close enough for you to be able to sneak attack
Yeah,
it.
it's not, that's,
Yeah,
It's up in the air.
I did measure it. I just.
Well, the bat's also still kind of fluttering about 15 feet up. You are confident, though, that it's going to want to, like, eat pyro, and that will definitely put it within stabbing range. But you do hit it for 5. Faux show. Takes us to... Unless you want to do anything else, it takes us to bones.
Well, I'm going to try to carefully remember where the hell that thing was.
Sweet. So Bones is going to navigate his way down in the pitch black.
I think I'm hitting a wall. I think I'm in a wall. Okay. Kinda like feeling
I will
along-
also remind you, you probably
So,
have
what source were the
torches.
Two
Oh,
dark
yeah,
vision
I
people.
do have a torch. I'm gonna pull one out and light that bitch.
There you
Good,
go.
Thank you. I always forget that.
Because you're...
My last
On
character
the...
had night vision, so
Well, on the, like, plus side, if you, like, face plant down the slide, you will end up, like, right at the bottom, like, real easy. Like, it'll save you all kinds of movement. I mean, it'll damage you, and you'll end up prone.
put away my staff, and I'll pull out the old torture-rooney.
That's
Yep.
a good idea.
Alright, I am going to cautiously make my way down the thingamabobber.
So, make me an acrobatics check as soon as you step on it. Or, yeah, acrobatics check. If you pass, you can just freely move down the slide.
Yep.
Nope.
Really?
Oh, wait.
Roll?
I'm
Fucking
thinking
really?
of the wrong roll. Was that... Yeah, 11, I'll give that to you. You managed to hold
Sweet.
your footing.
Good.
I forgot. The
let's
initial check was
Right.
easier. The pyro dodge was much harder.
Yeah.
Let's see here. The total distance I've gone.
So yeah, you give me one check, and you can just basically walk down the thing to the bottom.
Alright, cool. I'm just gonna go ahead and use it. Since we're in combat, I'll just use my dash and get about, let's see, about, I think it's like, go 100 feet in a dash. I can basically get to here.
Basically, Wacky is the bottom of the slide.
Alright, I'll just chill here then, wait. Actually, I'm gonna kind of push past Wacky a little bit and be...
Because if somebody fails behind you, they're going to bull into the back of you.
Exactly.
Probably something that would happen. Speaking of something that will happen, Dusty.
Looks like you went over this way.
Can I like sit down? Is there any way for me to?
Are you going to intentionally try and take the damage?
No. I wanted to see if I could like sit down and slide down.
Yeah.
You ready for this, or do I have to make a check?
I will. If you crawl, like basically, if you drop prone and crawl down, I will give you advantage on the check, but your movement speed is basically halved.
That's fine. I'll take it.
Yep.
All right. Well,
Yeah, so you can basically, so your movement speed's halved. So if you dash, you'll be doing 30 movement.
yeah.
But you feel a lot safer.
I'll just get to the bottom.
Shadow Hunter bats. One's gonna fly down at Pyro. One's gonna swoop
Oh my
at
God,
Bones.
that's so
These
fun.
ones are gonna just come in here and flap, 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 flap. Try to bite Pyro. That's a crit fail. Try and bite Bones. That's a crit. Not
But your
fail.
dice are just on fire.
Not really. Just crit failed. I've crit failed a lot today.
Yeah, exactly. You're doing both extremes.
It's good old Mountain Dew. It's because I'm using my Mountain Dew D20, and so it's just extreme by nature.
You have a Doritos D20 as well?
I should go get an orange D20 so that I have a Doritos D20. That's a good idea.
Alright. Hit me with your best shot. What do you got?
You're going to take... These guys have an extra thing. Actually, he's not biting you. He's slashing you with his spiky tail. You're going to take 12 damage.
Literally half my foot. Of course, then again, those are crits, so it makes sense.
Wacky, is your turn.
Dodged. Oh well.
I need to stand up first of all.
Yeah.
How far up are they? Or are they all like...
The one in front of Bones, the one in front of Pyro are like, a few feet off the ground. They're within melee range of those two.
Oh, I
The
guess
other
I should-
two are 10 feet up, we'll say. Like the two in the back are still about 10 feet off the ground.
Dab!
Yep.
If it rolls...
Nope.
nope.
No. Not quite. Their flappy little bat bodies are a little harder to hit than that.
I'm gonna give inspiration to Pyro.
Okay, Jez is muted.
Anyone at the bottom?
Kinda?
I'm gonna.
Me.
Can I slide down on my shield?
Sure.
Slide down.
Okay. Give me an acrobatics check.
Okay.
So,
What is with all the 11s?
Yeah, right?
so
Jesus.
you basically you kind of hold, like I will give you 1.5 times your speed.
have
You
enough.
barely have like enough balance to support yourself on it. The downside is about halfway down you slam into something. It's something soft and kind of crotchety.
Oh no.
You're not entirely sure what it was. Both of you give me a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage because it's pitch black and like neither of you saw this coming.
Oh man.
Oopsie doopsie.
Nope.
So we're waiting
Dado.
for Dado's dexterity saving throw with disadvantage.
Oh, fuck me.
As someone didn't tell me he was halfway down.
Oh!
Like leaps up to the top.
So-
The old man is
The
most
old
dexterous
man
of us all.
somehow hears you coming and has enough wherewithal to just kind of scooch enough that, like, you know, you still catch him, Jez, and you kind of face plant kind of over him onto the other side. So you're now stopped here. You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage from, like, cracking your head against a wall or something. You're not entirely sure, but yeah, Dusty seems to be okay. See, he seemed like any of the damage he took from that was just superficial. He seems more shaken than anything.
I'm telling you, any dexterity saving throws that I make is not me being dexterous. It's me just lucking my way into moving a certain direction at a certain time.
Pyro.
This rock feels nice.
I just happened to like lift my arm up for a second, like scratch my back, and that's when he zipped down next to me.
Yeah, basically Dusty is like, oh, it's itchy. Oh, I can't reach it. I'm gonna rub up against this wall over here.
Yeah.
And then,
Exact second.
and then like your
Why does-
foot caught Jez's shield.
Why does Pyro roll so bad? It's
don't
just
know.
Pyro. It's his
Pyro
character.
Sucks.
Maybe he has it so that he's rolling like 1d10 for like his attack rolls instead of like a
Yeah,
d20.
right? My god, it's terrible. Alright, well that was his turn.
That's not gonna hit. Lodge.
Nope.
Jesus.
No,
I'm
I
having
still
4E
play this
flashbacks right now.
Bones.
Alright. That was a giant bat in my face, so I guess I'm just gonna snuck the bat here.
A giant shit. And the bats, like, don't really have an easy way to show you guys a good picture. But the bat's like also it's muscular. Like this bat is fucking ripped. Whereas like, you know, its little fuzzy like rat body is more like skin and just toned and fucking ripped. He's got this like big.
10-8 pack.
He's basically got like this big bladed tail.
Sexy bat.
He is.
Alright. I'm going to give him the old cracker do here. Actually, no, I'm just gonna punch him. I'm gonna punch and kick him. I'm gonna do a flurry of blows too, I think, here in a minute. So first attack.
Yep. Remember, you won't be able to do an offhand punch with because you're carrying a torch. FYI.
Oh, I put my staff away. I'm doing all offhands. Doing like all unarmed.
Yeah, but isn't like your second attack and like an offhand attack?
No, it's not too often fighting.
Oh, okay.
No.
It's basically it's a bonus action for just a free second attack.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah, if I
Oh.
take flurry of blows, if I take the attack action, I can make 2 unarmed strikes instead of 1 as a bonus action.
I think he's talking about flavor. Like it's flavored just as.
Well, no, okay, well, not so much flavor as mechanically. Like I didn't know if they counted it as like an offhand attack, so as to restrict what you're holding in the other hand. But okay, yeah, no, go ahead. So you hit it for 4.
Second one.
14 is enough to hit it. You punch.
Can I knock it? I guess it's flying. Can I knock it? Boom. Try to knock it prone.
Make a dexterity saving throw. You can definitely try to not get prone. I guess he's prone. Well, it's another crit fail on that die.
Yeah.
Well, then I get advantage on
Bones.
this next one then, so boop.
So yeah, you managed to you jump up and kick it on top of the head and basically just force it down to the
Axe
ground.
kick it right into the ground.
Yeah,
Where's
there's literally a condition immunity of being prone. Things-
Bones, now
things
that you're
like
down
beholders.
here as well, you should just drop your torch. If you want to have
so
your
yeah,
free
you
hand.
definitely hit it again.
We'll get it out in a minit. And then I stomp on it.
You stomp on it thusly, and
What's
you hear things crack as you stomp on it, but it does still seem to be twitching and screaming underneath your boot.
I'm just like
Shit,
watching
this
you
thing's
do this.
tough.
I'm like,
It's a big fucking bat.
you're like breaking its bones, and I'm like, I thought you were
The
supposed to
body
use
part's
knives.
probably the size of
Fucking
a
hurt me.
the body part is probably the size of a
You know,
4-year-old. It's not.
Child.
These are not. They're medium-sized creatures. They're not small bats. Dusty,
I'm
you
gonna
see
finish-
light at the end of the tunnel.
I mean, I'm not
What?
gonna not defend
Maybe
myself.
not. I do.
I don't fucking see anything.
Well, that's fine.
I'm gonna keep crawling.
You
Get to
do
the
end up
bottom.
crawling over the prone body of Jez, but you're like, that's fine. Another day at the office.
I just kind of walking. Oh, I do. Oh my! It's
Why-
just a series of noises coming out of his mouth. I'll try and firebolt this one.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, you still get disadvantage from prone, don't you? I can't remember if you get it from ranged. I think you have disadvantage on melee from prone.
I think it's. I don't know. I have no idea.
Prone creatures' only movement is to crawl. Disadvantage on attack.
Actually,
It
no, I
does.
did-
It's all
I
attack
did
rolls.
I did a double move.
Oh, did you?
'Cause
Okay.
I was technically prone, so all of my movement was just to get here.
Just to get to there? Okay. Shadow Hunters. Attack on Bones. That'll hit. That's a 20. Oh, you know what? I didn't say that he got up. Bones is still standing on, so I will roll that with disadvantage, so that's a miss. And then he will use...
Cool.
Then he will just kind of crawl out from under Bones' boot and just start flapping around in his face again. Should have done that at the start of his turn, but that's fine. Attack on Pyro. It's not going to hit. It's going to get some help, though. And this one's going to come in and go for... Looks like Lawaj. Attack on Pyro. Attack on Lawaj. Attack on Lawaj is 13. Attack on Pyro is 17. That's not enough for Pyro.
No.
13 doesn't hit you, does it, Lawaj?
nope.
Okay. Wacky.
After seeing Bones just beat the fuck out of this bat, I think I'm just gonna try to put it out of its misery.
President break its wing.
So laggy when I roll for my macros.
So you just skewer it, and it kind of stops flapping, and it is now dead. Yeah, I knew it. I knew that was the one. I had a feeling. So I always make it the closest one to the party. The one that goes in first is always that one, because I
Over here.
don't go to the back. I just take the first one I see and go. So,
Oh.
Jez.
Well, I guess I gotta spend half my movement get up, and this is probably gonna be a comedy of errors as I go down the rest of the way. Do I have to make another check?
I'll say no. Are you going down your shield, or are you going down on your walking?
Well, I probably don't
You're
have any
walking.
momentum to go down on my shield now.
Well, it's still a hill.
Oh, well then I'll just...
It's a hill
instead, I'll
all
just
the
roll
way
back
to the
onto
bottom.
it. I'll roll back onto it like a little kid on a sled.
Perfect. So, give me an acrobatics check to see if you can even stay on the shield. I wouldn't give it to you for walking, but for, a shield is a little harder to stay on. So,
Hey!
I think I made that one.
yeah.
Goddamn.
So you manage to surf down here, and again, you run into a squishy, crotchety old thing that seems to be in your way.
If only I
Give
could see
me,
that you were
Jez, because of your crit, give me a dexterity saving throw with advantage. So you managed to basically just kick the back of your shield at just the right moment, and you ollie over Dusty
Oh my god.
and continue down the rest of the
Oh my
way
God.
until you end up at the bottom.
Yeah.
Guys, I think I need some Jinkos.
Man, I gotta give you bardic inspiration for that.
It's
Jesus.
like fucking Tony Hawk from here,
Yeah.
2013 here.
Hey,
Tony Hawk over the old crawling man.
So that'll pretty much do it for you, Pyro.
Once again, gonna try to hit the same one that he's been attacking. There we go.
Oh, he's hitting that first one. You definitely hit it. It is wounded. Still flapping around, though. Lodge. Advance.
I'll use my cunning action to fucking stow my bow and bring up my goddamn short sword. And short sword.
Nope. Probably should have kept the bow. Oh.
Oh.
Also draws a dagger. Hits it. For a good amount of damage. Now that now that Jez has taught him the trick of two-handing with the rogue.
Yeah.
The in case you fucked up button.
Yep.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's all.
It's the one thing that I couldn't do with Rain because I just kept him ranged because there was no need for me to ever put him in melee range.
Well, then you went for... Did you get the extra attack?
No, I never got that far. I was looking at doing that, but I just didn't get far enough to get extra attack yet. Bones.
Alright. I'm going to shuffle on over.
I mean, he had a longbow. I didn't need to get... I only needed to be like 150 feet from things. Actually, 600 because of sharpshooter. I could be 600 feet from things and be fine. It's fucking
Which one of
awesome.
the bats is more damage?
The one on the other side of Pyro. Oh, actually, you know, the one in front of Lodge looks pretty hurt, too. There's wounded bats everywhere.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, the tank's fine. I'm gonna get this one off of Watch. That's a good point. So, but here, I'm actually just gonna drop the torch here in the middle of the room and just pull out my staff and crack them.
Okay, give
Crack
me a D20 roll. Your quarterstaff thing does go through, and you crack the bat like in the head with your quarterstaff, and the bat is just knocked unconscious and flutters to the ground. Your torch, your torch hits the ground and fizzles out, and is gone.
Okay. Fair enough. And
We already have
well,
light
that
down
guy's
here.
down, so I'm just gonna over to this bat, and I'm gonna punch him. Oh wait.
Oh wait, what's the default setting? I think it's like 3 feet.
Yeah, that punch didn't hit.
Nope. You almost punched Pyro. It's a good thing he's got a shield and armor. All that fun stuff. Dusty! You just saw something go sailing over your head.
I'm trying
Dusty
to hit this bat.
has made it safely to the bottom.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah,
Yep.
you made it. And you hit the bat for 5 damage. This bat is now... Now the bat is on fire
Twice.
and looks like 10 times scarier than it was. So...
Oh no, now it's a fire keys.
I'm just gonna move this one out of the way. 2 attacks on Pyro, I guess. 1 hit, 1 miss. Because I think that 22 is gonna hit him. 6 damage to Pyro, 3 damage to Pyro because of his bullshit. Pyro can't really do much, but he's very tanky. He's hard to hit, and when you do hit, it takes reduced damage. He's the essence of tanking. He just can't hit anything for shit.
If I disarm
Yeah,
the
that sounds
bats,
about right.
do I cut off their tail? Just kidding.
Where I am, I'm gonna.
If you cut off their
throw dagger.
tails, it might turn into a weapon, like Dark Souls.
Like
This
a
one?
whip.
You huck a dagger at the bat, and you hit it.
Cool.
That's sick 4. That's a.
You basically hit it with the handle.
Yeah.
You haven't really mastered throwing those yet.
I'm working on it.
Next is Jez.
Do.
What would these be?
I will. Pincer attack. I'll stab the little bat buddy.
That's a hit. And it is no more. No
I got a back
more.
up.
Pyro.
Good enough.
That hits. And it is enough to kill the bat. Holy crap, Pyro killed something.
Oh my god.
And he wasn't even here.
It's a frigging miracle.
It was a miracle.
You kill the last bat, and we are out of the thing. And I've been looking up how much XP they're worth this whole last couple of rounds, and not been very successful at it. Oh god, my monster manual's going everywhere. Fucking thing.
It's a mimic.
Alright.
I didn't even know that thing was in there, monster.
It's not.
Oh.
It's not. I was trying to
say.
figure out a appropriate challenge rating for it. Boom, boom, boom. You guys get 75 XP.
75.
75 XP. And so I'll say this. So, kind of peering down, now that you have a minute to catch your breath, I can do the... Oh, that's right, I stuck on the map layer. Peering down, you can see that the rest of the cavern is about 20 feet below you. You see that the cliff descends 20 feet to the floor of the cavern's eastern side. I forgot I changed all this stuff. So cliff descends about 20 feet to the floor on the southern side of the room. However, as you look down, you see that the rough cliff wall is dotted by patches of toadstool-shaped fungus. And I think we will probably call it for today, since it's 9 o'clock,
Yeah.
and I know Dado really wanted to call it a little bit early today.
Play with his waffling.
He play with his waffles, which is probably a euphemism. I'm hoping it's a euphemism.
Ew.
So thank you for any of you guys that are watching for coming out. I imagine quite a few people probably didn't notice or find the stream today, considering that it's on the complete wrong day. But this is now the right day. We have now moved D&D to Mondays, and this is where it's going to be for the foreseeable future. So
But if they're not watching, they can't see this message.
they'll see the replay. That's a lie. No one's going to watch my replays.
I know at least one person will watch it.
What the?
Yeah, Pyro, hopefully, so he knows what the fuck's going on. Because he was like, what happened? Oh, I should just watch the VOD. It's like, yeah, you should. That's a lot easier. All right, so thank you everybody for coming. I'm gonna go to that thing. So thanks for coming out. We will see you next Monday. Bye.
Bye.